Hello, everyone. Welcome. Lovely to see you all here. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another Limbus Company special. We call that the Limbus effect. The Limbus effect. That's stupid. Hello. Hope you guys are doing good. It is currently Monday. God, it's Monday. The beginning of the week. The only good thing about Monday is that we get a scheduled update notice. Or sometimes. Yeah. So, scheduled update notice. Boom. It's a short one today, but it is a little bit of a juicer. I will admit, it's got some juicy, it's got a little bit of juice in it, okay? You might think you want to have yourself a little drink. You know? You go and open the fridge. Boom. A little bit of juice left in the drink that you were previously having. Or you forgot. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to discuss that and talk about it, because there are some, there's some discussion to be had. Apologies, my throat's a bit... How you going? So, but before we do all that, how's everyone doing? You guys doing well? What are your guys' predictions for tomorrow? Let me hear, while we wait, while we gather up for this lovely Limbus Day, what are your guys' predictions for tomorrow? Tomorrow is the final teaser of the season. It will be the final teaser. Then we will be receiving, assumingly, yeah. Well, the last, I guess, standard teaser before we get to the season 7 teaser. Yeah. So, season 7 teaser is not this week. Season 7 teaser is after this current week, after this fortnight. Something Oxmo Salt. Could be another high show. Jupon. Potential. KQE. High shows. Ego. Standard odors. Oh. We have a lot. Fortnite? Night Drifter. The third Sinclair ID in the season. Wait, hold on. But high key though, Adept, Sheep, Mersault sounds kind of hype though. Adept, Sheep, Mersault does sound kind of hype. We need more Sinclairs. Another Malfaust. So we're getting two Malfausts. All right, I like it. That's a good prediction. That's a good prediction. Personally, guys, if they drop an index, I think that could be a possible. If they drop a syndicate, my prediction is, I got two predictions. I got Zigong Otis as like a 10% chance, because that would be seasonal, right? So I'm gonna say Zigong Otis, 10% chance. 50% chance, High Show Mersault. Okay? 50% chance, High Show Mersault. I'm gonna say 80% chance, I'm gonna go with a syndicate standard. Either an index or maybe another thumb. I wouldn't mind another thumb. Zigong's gonna fight it? No, Zigong can fight. She can fight. She literally threatened to beat the shit out of Yihuan. So my 70% prediction is a syndicate of some sort. And then my 100%, so 140. Well, yeah, it's over 100% because well, actually, yeah, potential. And my 100%, I think, what is my prediction? Using all the knowledge, all the research, all of the data, analyzing, reading through the profiles, looking through the code matrix, all of the hints that Kim Ji-hoon and the ProjectMoon team have been dropping. What would my prediction be? Jupan would be a heat as fuck prediction, but I don't know who it would go to. Jupan Mersol? But it would be seasonal. It's not going to be seasonal, it's going to be standard. Let's go with a wild prediction. I'm going to go with Otis. I'm going to go... some sort of unknown faction. That's my prediction. I'm going to go with an unknown faction next for Otis. That's my prediction. All right. Speaking of, it's time. The new teaser's in a week. The teaser should come out. Well, the teaser image should come out tomorrow. The image comes out tomorrow, and then the teaser trailer will come out at the end of the week. Bokak, that is true. I could see Jupan and like the Night Drifter. All right, Zigong Otis. You know what? I'm gonna hope for Zigong Otis. All right. Let's read, shall we? This is the, first of all, welcome everyone. Here is the December 11th scheduled update notice. That's for this week. Okay. We have, immediately right off the bat, the probably biggest thing that I did not expect, to come out this patch or this early. We have the stage continue function. So, stage continue function will be added for the main story stages of specifically 830 to 833, which is Lei Heng, and Corp Duo, and Jiamu. So, we have the final 3 bosses of Kanto 8 getting the revive feature. This is something that we have been waiting for a while. Pay to win. Let me stop you right there, because let's have a read first before we start discussing. Implementation intent. The continue function will be added to address the story progression blockage issue caused by the battle's high levels of difficulty, and to alleviate the fatigue caused by repeated attempts. Once the maintenance period ends, you may use the continue function in a high difficulty stage and avoid potential interruptions to the enjoyment of the story. Okay, so that is the goal, but what does this actually provide? How does it work? Let's read. Continue function information. Upon defeat, a pop-up window will appear, asking if you would like to use the continue function by spending a certain amount of lunacy. The continue function option will only be available when it is toggled. Settings general. So it's a toggle. So first things first, you can toggle it, chat. So, first things first, you could actually just toggle it off. Which obviously you know that we will be toggling it off. Personally. Alright, so we're going to be toggling it off. But the amount of lunacy spent to continue the battle will remain the same and not scale with the continues of the stage. So, lunacy doesn't work like using lunacy claimage. So if it costs, it looks like it costs about 40 lunacy. So it will always cost 40 lunacy, which is pretty cheap, to be honest with you. Funnily enough, 40 lunacy, chat, is exactly 1 lunacy less. 1 lunacy more than the cheapest monthly lunacy bundle. Also, choosing to continue will revive all sinners at max HP and SP. Interesting. And restore their stagger thresholds. The enemy's state will not be affected. Minus coin identities will be revived at minus 30% SP. Upon revival, all effects, such as buffs, debuffs, ego passives, and etc. on the identities will be reset, save for a few exceptions that are essential to each respective stage. So essentially any Kanto or story respective buffs that are stated on the story are there. Upon revival, you will gain a certain amount of ego resources added to the amount you had at the point of defeat. So you gain a little bit of ego resources. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but what are the extra notes? The continue function spends free lunacy first. Paid lunacy will be only spent when you do not have enough free lunacy to continue. So, instantaneously, it's not pay to win. You're not paying anything. It's free lunacy. In fact, you could only use paid lunacy if you're out of free lunacy, which you'd have to be a special kind of broke to be out of free lunacy. If, after using the continue function, the player forfeits the stage, or if the game closes due to an unexpected circumstance, any lunacy spent to continue the battle will be restored. However, lunacy spent to continue the battle will not be restored if the player completes the stage after using the continue function. Mobile players, congratulations! You will not be scammed if your Limbus company crashes during the Kanto 12 boss fight. Okay? Or the Kanto 9 boss fight, I guess that's coming up, right? If you crash, you will not lose your lunacy if you choose to revive. Incredibly forgiving of them to do this. However, if 99 turn pass in a single stage, or if you do not have enough lunacy to continue upon defeat, the continue function will not be activated, and the battle will immediately end in defeat. So, no, you cannot use the continue function to scam past the 99 turns. You will be hard cut off. Now, here are the downsides of using the continue function. Clearing the stage with the continue function will not be counted as extra conditions fulfilled. Please clear the stage without using the continue function if you would like to complete the extra conditions fulfilled challenge. Bro says, please do it, dude. Now, where is this available? The continue option is available only in main stages 8:30 and 8:33 at the moment. Please note, this function may be improved or expanded in the future. So, it is a story stage only feature, not mirror dungeons, not railways for now. It is only main story. It is now only currently in the Leihang fight, the N-Corp duo fight, and the Jiamu fight. It uses free lunacy. You will get the lunacy back if you quit the stage or crash. And you do not gain any extra conditionals fulfilled, which means you do not get bonus lunacy. And you cannot claim the lunacy at the end of a Kano or an Avalo. So what does this mean for Limbus Company? Okay, let's open this up real quick. We can zoom in on this so we can have a little look. So, as you can see here, it costs 40 lunacy to continue the battle. This 40 lunacy is permanent. It will never go up, it will never go low. 40 lunacy is very cheap. Now, why do you want to do this? All right, what is this for? Number one, this is for people who perhaps do not give a shit about grinding in the game. They just want to play for the story. They don't care about anything. They don't, you know, if they feel like they're super close to winning a battle and it's taking them a long time, spend 40 lunacy, they'll always come back to it later. Number two, and the more important reason as to why this is now given the ProjectMoon team a legitimate free pass to make the game harder. To make the game harder. Because if you're struggling, just use the continue feature, bro. Hey, use the continue feature, bro. You know, it's right there, you gotta use it. But it does not mean there won't be nerfs. It does not mean there won't be adjustments. But, now it's not written here, but the way Kim Ji-hoon specifically worded it is that they can be less trigger happy on difficult encounters at the beginning of Kantos and new content. So, typically, guys, when a new part, let's use Kanto 9 as an example, right? Kanto 9 Part 1 is going to come out. It's going to be hard. There's probably going to be something really difficult. And then no less than 8 hours go by, and there'll be a hard fucking patch that comes out that, like, nerfs one of the major fights, or an enemy. That 8-hour window will be minimum expanded to at least a day, assumingly. So 1 day it'll take to do it, And the Project Moon team will attempt to communicate with the player base, right? They will attempt to garner survey and information on specific fights, like they did with Lei Heng. Now, if you weren't here for Lei Heng, here's what happened. Lei Heng, very strong. Lei Heng got nerfed, right? But Lei Heng got surveyed. He was the first character to get a survey where people could put their opinions in. Now, it was only, I believe, only on twitter.com. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Leaving a survey only on twitter.com is probably not a good thing. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? I'm going to just say this right now. They either need to make it like a Steam-wide thing or push it on like phones and stuff so that players actually participate in, right? If you could access it from the game itself, like if you could open Limbus Company and there's a notification that says, you know, please do a survey, it's in the game. You can do the survey in the game. I think that would benefit them a lot more, okay, than just putting a post on Twitter. But what they did do was in the game announcements. Yeah, it was a Google Sheets, right, that they posted, and it was in game announcements. Okay, good. I didn't check if it was in game announcements. So that's good. So having it be spread out on all of the games and make it a noticeable thing so that people can put their opinions in is a good thing. Okay? And now they're going to use that information, and they'd use that information to adjust Lei Heng. Perhaps a bit too much. But now that they have this revival feature, they can be a little bit more greedy. You didn't take the survey? No, I did the survey. We did the survey live on stream. Remember? We did the survey live on stream. We were there. We were online when it happened, so we did it live. I remember that. It was fun. We actually also did all of our... We actually went through the survey, the results of the survey, and we actually played the most common teams into Lei Heng as well. So we experienced that. Well, that was fun. Now, what this all means is this. They are going to be assumedly less trigger happy on nerfs and only really touch things that are maybe a bit... How you going? We'll see. Preferably, they don't nerf at all, but I doubt that will happen. This is a gacha game. You have to make it accessible. But, and I do say this with a very, very, very hard but, in my personal opinion, I think they should have stopped holding hands past Kanto 5. In my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, post Season 3, I feel like, you know, once you hit the midpoint of the Kano 6, that's probably where, in my eyes, they should have stopped holding hands and been like, all right, let's lock in, now do our things. And they kind of did with Kano 7 and Unbreakable Coins, and people didn't really like the Unbreakable Coins, to be honest with you. But that's not how the real world works, right? The real world doesn't work like that. The real world is anyone can come in, and in 2 to 3 weeks, you can pretty much catch up, right? So, I think, number one, this is not pay to win because it doesn't use paid lunacy at all, except at the very end, which works exactly how every other thing that uses lunacy work. So, like pools, energy consumption, anything. So, it's not pay to win because you're not paying anything. Assumedly. Number two, it's going to theoretically assist with nerfs. So nerfs are going to happen less. Nerfs are going to happen less frequently. And if they do nerf something, it's going to be a lot more scheduled, like more focused, community focused, right? So I think that's great. Stronger everything. Let's see how they cook, right? Besides Dongbek, yeah, pretty much. I think this is nothing but a boon. Now that it's been explained, and now that the mindset has kind of been talked about, we know that I really think that this doesn't do anything but benefit people. Especially because the part I didn't even, you can just turn it off. It's not forced on you, so you can deadass just toggle it off. Revive token every week. Free, they give you, well, yeah, it's called 300 lunacy maint. That's what it is. It's called the 300 maint lunacy. All right, so that is the revive function, pretty much the revive function. Which also, my assumption originally was we were going to see this during Kanto 9. It looks like, I still think we're going to see this through Kanto 9. Now, they can either go through two paths. Before I move on, they can go through two paths, right? They can do one, have every stage in story be affected by the revive function, or two, only bosses are affected by the revive function. From what I'm looking at here, I think they might do the latter. I think they're only gonna have maybe boss stages, or mini boss stages, or anything that has like a major character, or a boss stage. Anything that is a boss stage will have the revive function attached to it. But I think like a Mook, like Shi family, random Shi family members, I don't think they'll have the revive function. Have I seen the new leaderboards? Yes, I have. I do remember the leaderboards, which is very funny. But yes, if you care about your EX, just turn this off. It doesn't hurt you. We are now going to move on to the second major change, which is the manager level cap. Now, for 99.5%, in fact, I'm actually going to go even further beyond. I want to say 99.9% of all of you, you will most likely never encounter this issue. However, the manager level cap will be increased from 200 to 300. Please note the managers who have already reached level 200 can receive accumulative EXP by clearing an XP granting stage after the December level schedule update. Now, personally, I'm not at level 200 yet. I'm only at level 104, which is pretty small compared to some people. Right? But when I get there, oh, it's gonna be juicy. The current max cap is 183 Enkenfallen modules, chat. So 183 Enkenfallen modules. Now, I did the rough math, and if none of the formula changes, right? If no formula changes, right? At 300, you should theoretically be at 200. I think I said 217. 217 max Enkenfallen, which is crazy. I'm level 65. The thing is, though, the Enkenfallen cap is gonna go nuts. Having over 200 Enkenfallen cap is crazy, by the way. Do you know what that means, guys? That means you can log on way less if you want to. Because remember, every 2 hours, one goes by. It goes up by one. No, every 2 hours it goes up by... What is it? 2 every 2 hours? No, it's 10 every 2 hours, I think. I don't know. 150 is max? No, actually 183 is the max. Yeah, 10 every 2 hours. Thank you. So 10 every 2 hours, and you're at 200, that's pretty goated. Is to not log into Limbus? Well, to claim your modules at least. Do you have any tips on getting ego shards fast? The fastest way is Battle Pass and speedrunning Mirror Dungeon. 1 every 6 minutes. Thank you. And yeah, this is going to affect the not even the 1% of players. This is going to affect the 0.1% of players, but it is a good thing. And also, I think the fact that they're letting you receive your accumulated EXP is pretty nice, to be honest with you. Like that they didn't have to do this. They could have just said the cap increases. This is like Clash of Clans level 16. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you guys know about that Clash of Clans thing. I don't play Clash of Clans, but I've heard about it. You know, like they add a new level in Clash of Clans and everyone hates it. This is like, what if they did that, but all of the XP you've accumulated, right? You also get. So, if you've been at 200 for the last 8 months, congratulations, you're gonna get like a fat chunk of XP. So I think that's a good thing. 20 per hour, 2 modules, 2 One module per 2 hours. There you go. Level 15. All right. So that's awesome. Again, 0.1%, but it is what it is. Then we have extraction notification improved. During the period when an announcer is added to the list of extractable items, the game will now show relevant notices in the extraction rate and extraction guide pop-ups. Doesn't it already do that? I guess it says improved. I guess what this is it's going to show the improved rates for announcers that are extractable. I'm pretty sure it already does that, but they might be doing something else. It says during the periods when the announcer is added to the list of items, the game will now show relevant notices in the rates and guide pop-ups. It kind of already does that, but I guess it does say improved, right? It says improved, so I guess they make it more noticeable, I guess. More telling, which is good. And then we have, funnily enough, just gonna move on from that one because that's just information. We have battle announcer voice line volume adjustment. However, you might notice something about the relevant announcers. It actually has Lei Hang and June, and comes with a little bit of a note. Although the previous notice only included Lei Hang's voice line volume adjustment, we've confirmed an identical issue with June as well. Both announcers' volume will be adjusted. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't fucking notice a thing with June, and we ran June. I swear we've ran June a lot, and I did not notice any issue with his voice lines. So, but yeah, June apparently got sniped too, so he's getting. It's a buff. It's not a yapping nerf, guys. It's a yapping buff. They're gonna make them louder. So that's that. But we now move on to the bug fixes and improvements. Fixed an issue where a certain effect of the W Corp L4 cleanup agent Heathcliff skill 2 did not activate under specific situations. Relevant effect: combat start, gain charge barrier equal to charge potency on self max 6. Before, when the skill is used without charge potency on self, the identity did not gain charge barrier. After, using skill 2 without charge potency on self will now grant 2 charge barrier. Guys, I should have clickbaited this in the thumbnail, but W Heathcliff just got buffed. But W Heathcliff, I should have put that in the thumbnail, but I did not. I didn't notice that. W Heathcliff buff, guys. He now works as intended. You get charge barrier when you have no potency, which was apparently a bug. So buffed. Another Heathcliff W, guys. W Heathcliff cannot stop getting Ws. Now, this also feeds into my theory that W Corp Heathcliff was definitely not like originally in the plans, because how many bugs this Heathcliff identity has had, guys? Okay, this identity has had like so many bugs in the last few patch notes. He just can't stop winning, right? I feel like, and again, I feel like originally he was not meant to get the W Corp ID this early. I feel like, but it was given to him, even though he got adept a week later, right? So I guess it is what it is, but you know what? He's cool, so I'm glad we have him. They had to release the new Hive soon. He literally had Adept a week after. Literally 1 week after he got Adept. Which Adept actually has no issues with it. Well, as far as we can tell. He can't stop bugging. He must be the reason why. Alright, so that's good. W Heathcliff, guys. Fix an issue where incorrect damage forecasts were displayed when enemies inflicted with damage lowering ego or skill effects such as power down or paralyze use skills. With the effect fixed damage delta 0 deals 0 damage. The issue do not affect the damage, just the display effect. I don't think I've noticed that, but we have been playing with paralysis a lot, so maybe we do that. Didn't he get a hotfix? I don't remember. Fix an issue where clash targeting in focus encounters would not function properly under certain conditions? Pardon me? What do you mean the clash? What do you mean my clashes weren't working in fucking focusing counters, bro? Just sometimes the clashes just didn't work. I'm glad they caught that. Fixed an issue where the encounter would end in defeat if all allies except a certain sinner died in stage 833, obviously referring to Hong Lu. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. All 7 trumpets will be blown. Fixed an issue where the story sequence would continue immediately after all allies are killed, preventing a game progression in the 736 boss stage. Okay. So there was a bug with, there's a bug with, Donkey and Honglu. Okay, got it. Fix an incorrect description for a certain effect in the M... So, another Kanto 6 fix, dude? Relevant effect, super thermogeneous. The effect will only, the effect itself will not be changed, however the text displayed will be fixed to match the behavior. Dude! This is like the 9th Kanto 6 adjustment they've done. Dude, they can't stop it. Dude, I think Heathcliff might be cursed, bro. Everything related to Heathcliff, bro, Kanto 6, all the Heathcliff IDs, every character associated with fucking Kanto 6, they just can't stop getting bug fixed, man. Super Thermogenesis is Vergilius's buff that he has on his sword. All lies with you, Heathcliff. JP fix improved translation for Ricardo's announcer voice lines. JP fix a typo in the main story, Melee Memory. And that's the patch. 300 lunacy. 300 lunacy, guys. This is not a 500 lunacy day or a 600 lunacy day. And that is the end of the very tiny patch notes. But I'll go over it really quickly again to let you guys know the most important things in speedrun fashion are new stage revive function, uses free lunacy, you can turn it off, you don't get any EX rewards, it's only in boss stages, specifically the last 3 stages of Kanto 8. You get a bunch of, you get full healed, you get SP, you get resources, you lose all your buffs, and yeah, pretty much that. We have the mana cap increases going from 200 to 300 if you're a psychopath. Extraction notifications have improved, so like when there's an announcer in the extract pool, it'll be a little bit easier for you to know. June and Lei Heng are being buffed. Voice lines. And there's and W Heathcliff is now the strongest ID in the game. So there you go, guys. And Vergilius is a fraud. So, there you go. And there you go. We're gonna get purple coins. Alright, and that's the patch notes. So, I never noticed the voice lines. Yeah, me neither. That's pretty much the patch line. You know what? I'm gonna listen. Hold on. Let me hear June real quick. I need to actually hear if June is quieter.
이런 건 아래 애들 너는 저기로 가고 싸움 앞에서 힘내라. 애들 꼴이 개판이구만. 항쟁의 끝은 대부분.
I mean, I guess I can hear it a little bit, but it just sounds like he's just tired. Like.
신중히 해. 위에서 내려온 대가리 굴리는 저건 뭐냐? 뭐냐? 아까
Like I felt like that's his tones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta do it in a fight.
녀석 손이 날래. 이런 걸 어떻게 그래? 저놈들.
I just thought it was just his tone was very like deep and masculine, so like it didn't really like, you know. Also, look at me. I'm almost level 105. Wow, almost level 105. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost at 200. Guys, can I reach 200? In, you know what, we're gonna leave June and Lei Heng on for today. There's June. There you go. We're gonna put Jude and Leihang just so we can get used to actually hear him in the fight. So there you go. That was the maintenance. Again, very short. It wasn't long. But now we're in the game. Now we're in game, dude. What should we do, guys? What should we do? We got some options to do. We could do... What are we doing today? I was thinking of... There was something I was thinking of doing today. Right? But I don't know if I wanted to save it for its own stream, because this is the patch notes stream, right? But... What I was gonna do today before the patch came out was I was going to do a worst ego gift extreme run. Where we took the worst ego gifts. There are some really bad ego gifts in here that like no one takes. Right? Like I can point you all of them. And then we were gonna try and find value in the ego gifts. Like let me get you an example of like ego gifts that like no one fucking uses, okay? Let me go find one real quick. Cause some of them are very well, yeah. First thing I can think of here that's not like a standard keyword. Let me find it. Like fucking compression bandages. White Gutsy. Now, because White Gutsy is actually like useful. Like, dude, compression bandages. Like, no one uses compression bandages. Like, you get this by accident. 5th to 6th deploy units do, I mean, like, 3 to 7 bonus damage is fine, and, like, it heals 6 HP. It's a little bit niche, but, like, theoretically, you could find a use for it. But I'm talking even further beyond. Like, I'm talking even deeper than that. Let me introduce you to, let me find it real quick. Hold on, where is it? It's, what I believe to be maybe the most non-used ego gift in the game. The Town Protecting Harpoon. You might be like, what is the Town Protecting Harpoon? You read, it's like 6th deployed identity. And at less than 30% HP, you gain attack power up. But, let me tell you that the 3rd upgrade, or the 2nd upgrade, right? We might unironically, let me tell you something, guys. Town Protecting Harpoon might have just been buffed because of Dayu. Okay? Dayu might have just buffed this. Now, let me tell you why. Because, first things first, we have, again, now it's at less than 50%. So, less than 50%, you know, that's a little bit more reasonable, right? Turn end. But, you have this new effect here. Turn end, if there is a staggered ally, gain aggro next turn and 4 defensive level up. Now, why is this so important? Because this is the only thing in the... I think this is like the only ego gift in the game that gives you turn start aggro. Okay? Not a lot of things in the game give you turn start aggro. There's only 2 things in the game I can think of that give you turn start aggro. Rhodes Banner Mersault. Oh no, Rhino Mersault. Okay? Rhino Mersault has turn start aggro. Where you start the turn and you gain aggro, right? Like it happens before. And then you have this ego gift, which gives you aggro at turn start. Well, at turn end it does it, but you have to have a staggered ally. What does aggro do? It just aggro has a chance for attacks to be redirected. Pretty much. Now, this is a Shi upscale, guys. This is a Shi upscale. This is a Dayu upscale. This is a U-branch upscale. Right? Sync Otis. Imagine if we gave this to Sync Otis. And then we had her be Dodge. You know? That could be goated. Another ego gift that is in the same fucking manner. And when I mean same manner, I mean literally the same manner. Broken Violin. Which, I'm telling you, if the deployment order was different or buffed, this might be like a top 20 ego gift. All it needs is the deployment order to adjust it. Or more deployment order. Add more sitters. So 5th and 6th deployed, you have at 45 HP gain offensive level up and HP healing boost on Clash win 2 times for each character. Okay? So you get 2 offensive level up and you get 2 healing boosts, which is already a very, very niche thing. But you probably care about the offensive level up. But at 20% HP, you get 1 extra offensive level up and 1 extra healing boost, which means if you were at below 20% HP, you would gain 4 offensive level up. Right? 4 offensive level up, assuming you do 2 clashes, and 4 HP healing boosts. That sounds pretty good. Right? That's not bad. It's situational. But then we get to the upgrade. And the biggest thing is, well, the deployment order is still the same. 5 and 6 identities only. But what are the boons now? Well, now it takes it from 45 to 65. Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. What depends on the deployment order? Whatever ally retreats, that deployment order gets given to whoever enters the fight. If you have a unit on deployment order 4 and Sinclair comes in, he will be deployment unit 4. She fast upscale. Right? So yeah, again, she upscale, Z-Tune potential upscale, Man potential upscale, again, another fucking chicken upscale. And then the second part here used to be from -20 to 40. So the conditions are a little bit easier. But then you have this fucking last piece of text. I like to call this the audacity of this fucking violin. Okay? When winning a clash after 5 clashes, a 5+ clash, the skill that won the clash deals the number of clashes times 3 damage. Now that sounds pretty good. Except it's only after you activate 5 clashes do you get the bonus. So, who in the fucking game are you clashing against? Because this doesn't mean you need 5 clashes, right? This is not saying, oh, you have to clash 5 times to activate the gift. No, you have to clash something 5 times, which means you need a bare minimum 5 coiner to activate. Right? And if you did do that, you'd only get half of the effect. Solo value? Well, see, that's the question. Except it's the 5th and 6th deployed unit. So you can't solo with it. You could theoretically lose coins, I guess, but it's such a niche situation to be getting at bare minimum 15% damage. Thumbscott skill to clash lose upscale. No, you have to win. You have to, it says when winning the clash. You can't lose the clash. It doesn't say when clashing 5 times. No, you have to win the clash. If this ego gift said when clashing, when in a clash, right? If it just said when in the clash, after 3 clashes, the skill that won the clash deals more damage, or this, you know, or just the clash just deals more damage, then I could see an argument for it. It's a free 120 cost. Go on, win the clash. Yeah, so when you clash Leiheng's 5 coin skill, guys, you have a bare minimum 15% increased damage on the 5th and 6th deployed units. Now, how could this ego gift be fixed? I'm not even gonna lie to you, super simple. Make the deployment orders better. I make this 1 at max level. I'm telling you, treat it like, here, hold on, let me find the other gift. Let me find, so take, this deployment order should get completely changed to look like, where is it, right here. Look like this. Instead of it being like 7, 8. Just make it like 1, 4, 5, like 1, 5, 6, 9, 10, or some bullshit like that, right? Like this is much more, like this is much more bearable. It's a 1, 2, 7, 8. So it's the first 2 and then the last 2, right? So that's a lot more better, manageable. But this, it's like, dude, 5 and 6 only at level 3. At level 3, it should at least be like deployment level 2, deployment level 5, deployment level 6 at bare minimum. What ego is this? This is the fusion in the Bokak for Christmas event. This is the Christmas event Bokak fusion. It's these 2. It's a very good ego gift, by the way. This is a very good Tremor fusion, by the way. You get more count. You get a fuck ton of Tremor count. You get a fuck ton of offensive down, defensive down. You inflict so much, and it's on the first 2 units, so you know that your 2 carries are going to be like glazed, pretty much. Oh, the Shadow Monster? Oh, what, this one? Oh, no, he's about Shadow Monster. Yeah, this. Let's run a bad ego gift. Hold on, we're not done yet. There's more. There is more. There is more. Because economy class discount voucher. Bro. Who are you? What kind of discount voucher is this, dude? Among identities with 5 or less speed, the slowest one gains 1 haste. 1 fucking haste, bro? Are you kidding me? This should be a tier 4. 1 haste? It's a tier 1? Yeah, but there are other tier 1s that are so much better, and there's ways to get so much more haste. It's useful. It's really not useful. Really not. Haste is something that's super easy to get. Dude, you get this from support passives, bro. It's a discount. Dude, you can get... Dude, there are support passives that are better than this. Okay? There are support passives that are better than this. And it's not like the ice cream. Okay, because the ice cream is niche. Right? The ice cream is niche. Because this affects characters who lose HP, like, you know, multi-crack. This affects the W Corps. And even better, it actually heals more. Right? This actually heals more HP. So this is actually useful. This is useful because this affects W Corp. This... You are not him, bro. You want to know why? Because if you have an ally that is not reaching a minimum of 5 speed in extreme, you're probably running a very, very slow, like, very slow character. What else is there? Let's have a look here. I was gonna say Crown of Thorns, but Crown of Thorns actually has a use, and that use is at least it gives you fucking SP. You know, what does Ice Cream do? Ice Cream heals. It makes you lose less HP. You can buy proper shit in the city. Crown of Thorns actually has a use. It heals the lowest HP ally, SP ally. It gives you SP efficiency and it gives you clash power. So like, okay, that's actually useful. This is useful. This gives you offense level up. This makes you deal more damage. All of these are good. Snake Blow gives you offense level. Metronome gives you a fuck ton of damage up, offense level. You know, this has got a use. These all have uses. You can make an argument for the upgraded version of Embers, but this is like meant for Faust. So even then, this still has a use. Well, this is, I mean, this isn't Faust, but no, this is meant for Faust, because Faust revives after this. This is supposed to be meant for Faust. And, and that stuff. Ego's Bunt? Hell no, dude, look at this. Odd number of turns, you get damage up, offense level up, and even you get protection, defense level. At least it gives you something. It's the best for solos. I mean, true. The Plug? Nah, Plug is goated. Dude, getting hit, you inflict 1 paralyzed next turn, that's goated. Sometimes you don't, like, if you're struggling in a fight, or if you're struggling with encounters, you take this, because if you're going to get hit anyway, you might as well inflict 10 paralysis on them. You know, and if you're running an Envy team, which is charge, or you're doing middle, or you're doing another Envy upscale, pretty much. if we go all the way back to actually include keywords, because if we're going to include keywords, right? I'm going to be honest with you. There's a few of these status keywords that are not it. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, for example, I love my boy, Fairy Gentleman. But Green Spirit is doo-doo water. I'm sorry. Out of every tier 1, out of every ego tier 1 in the game, Green Spirit gotta be probably the most doo-doo tier 1 from a keyword. Okay? Because all it does is spread tremor a little bit. And you might think, okay, you know what? Hold on. You know, it's like, hold up. You know, well, what about the upgrade? It's got 3 upgrades. Oh, don't worry, guys. From 4 tremor to 8 tremor potency across all enemies. So if you're fighting 6 enemies, well, you're gonna get 1 tremor potency, and maybe 1 enemy hits 2 potency. You can use it in a eruption team for tremor. You know what you can also do for tremor? Biovenoms as well, not that useful. It's so, guys, the potency inflict is so minimum. It's like 1 per wave. 1 per turn you're inflicting, maximum 2 per turn. And that's assuming you're using a gluttony skill. Because if you're inflicting tremor, you're not going to have any issue, right? Nerve this ASAP. What else is here? Now, people will say Gossipium, right? But you got to understand, Gossipium, right? If you actually have bleed, right? The offensive will down and the defensive will down, it's like 30, or like 15 or 20 offensive will down. So this is actually useful. It's just that, like, if you don't have bleed, you're gonna have problems with it. Or if you're fighting like extreme, right? High shows get use out of it. Bro, high shows get use out of everything. Right? This is actually useful. This is useful because this gives you skill power. Look. Nixie Divergence. Look, hold on. Here, this proves my fucking point. Nixie Divergence. Okay? Does more than Green Spirit. At the start, every enemy... Let's compare it at max. Okay, max Green Spirit, you inflict 8 per turn. Okay? 8 per turn on all enemies. Assume there's 6 enemies, okay? So if it's 6 enemies, okay, it's going to be what? 4 enemies will have 1, 2 enemies will have 2, right? But Nixie at max, you get 5 potency and count at the start of a wave, which is niche, but envy skills inflict potency. So that 5 potency and count is already more useful than the entirety of Green Spirit. Use both? Okay, I know you can use both, guys, but I'm arguing. What's the point of complaining? I'm saying it's bad. Well, Green Spirit is bad. Is it possible to be 50 fills with up tier 1? Probably. You might have some trouble. It's 8 per attack. It's 8 attack spread amongst all enemies. Or all abnormality parts. Right? It's not that bad. Yeah, but the thing is, if you're inflicting tremor, every other tremor gift that exists, right, will do more. Or will just inflict more tremor. The only thing this does is inflict more tremor. Everything does that. No events till next season? No. We'll have Kano 9 comes out at the end of December. I'm comparing the 2 ego gifts. You'll get more value out of this one than you would out of this one. Because potency isn't an issue, right? The main issue would be the count that you inflict. Right? Because if you're running potency, it's a tier 1. Yeah, but I'm comparing tier 1s, guys. No, you can't use the argument it's a tier 1, because this tier 1 is way better than this tier 1, and they're both tremor. Tomorrow's a teaser. Yeah, tomorrow should be an image teaser for the banner. Anyway, that's why I'm comparing these two. Now, if we continue going down the list, okay, you can make the argument equally so, but Oscillating Bracelet is even worse than Green Spirit somehow. Okay? The Oscillating Bracelet is even worse than Green Spirit. Because oscillating bracelet is like, oh, what do I get for upgrade? What do I get? Oh, you get 1 more potency. Oh, but if it's right to get 2. Oh, okay, cool. What does my 3rd upgrade give me? By the way, hold on. For 3 upgrades, you can be the receiver of, hold on, 2 tremor potency. Holy shit. I need everyone to get up. Everyone start fucking clapping right now. Holy shit. Whoa! 2 tremor potency! 2 tremor potency? For free? Oh my goodness. But it's per hit? We have enemy with a skill. For free? For almost. This is a tremor upscale. It's good on a non-tremor keyword ID. Okay. Alright, guys. Let me say this. Okay, let's say this. Let's say you do have this on a non-tremor team. So you just inflicted 48 potency on first turn, right? Let's just say this, right? You guys... Okay, hold on. Let me lose your argument, right? Let's say we only have this ego gift. So you just inflicted 48 tremor potency, right? Alright, well then what happens next turn? You don't have count. It's gone. You lost. It goes... That's it! So, it's gone! It stacks up downpour? No. I'm not... You can't... I'm not combining them all together, guys. We're individually rating them. These are all individual levels. If you combine everything together, you get value from everything. Right? At that point, it doesn't... The argument doesn't work. Okay? Because you can say, combine with downpour, every ego gift is useful in the game. That's obvious. The thing is, these are individual powers, comparative on their own. And individually, this is doo-doo. So is this. Voice narrative. The accord from the statue you pray to? Oh, we'll get there. You use a tremor ego for count. Well, then if you're gonna use a tremor ego for count, you don't need the bracelet. Dude, freaking effervescent corrosion... effervescent... What's it fucking called? The gluttony Roger ego has like 5 tremor potency, 5 count. Tremor gift slander. Okay, everything else here is good. This is good. Everything else here is good. Everything else here is good. There's no problem with this. Offense level is good. Haste is good. This is literally a better... By the way, again, this is literally a better version of the other haste thing, by the way. As a remark. Because this actually affects everyone. I'm not going to get into that discussion. This stuff's offense level. That's good. Good. This gives you damage up. I mean, damage up is damage up. So far, everything is here. Effervescent corrosion. Yeah, thank you. Everything is good. Good. I mean, obviously, Lunar Memory. Actually, this is dog shit. Let me tell you why this is dog shit real quick. Now this little bastard right here. Suppose why is it possible for her to sell up to 8? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you should be able to. Okay? We're gonna talk about these 2 little ego gifts right here. Okay? We're gonna talk about these 2 gifts right here. Let me tell you something about Ancient Effigy. Okay? First off, turn start, you get 5 haste next turn. So, like, you know, if you have, let's just say, Malfaust. Awesome. Right? It's like Malfaust is going to have perma 5 speed. Great. Good. However, as you can see, next turn, select one of the other allies and then reapply them. Expires if no other allies can get to them. So it's like the rich get richer. Do you okay, when you have 20 haste, do you really need 25 haste? Make it doesn't do anything. Investigate gives you a 25% heal at under 50% HP. Yeah, it's once per encounter. But that is still a good chunk of healing. By the way, here's the worst part of this gift, by the way. This is the reason the gift sucks. Effect expires if no other allies can be selected. Yes. So as you can see here, this is the worst part. The effect will expire if no other allies can be selected. But you know what? Let's just say you love haste. You're a She-Dawn upscaler. Then let me introduce you to NDA. Okay. It's the biggest piece of dog shit. Okay? I'm going to say it right now. It's the biggest piece of dog shit. On the surface, this thing looks glaze-worthy. A random ally deals 10% extra damage, and that ally will continue to deal 10% damage up to 40% free damage? That sounds amazing. Amazing. Except there's one problem. Actually, there's multiple problems. First of all, you don't know what ally gets the NDA. Or you might know what ally gets it, but it's hard to figure it out. Okay? Number two, if you take any HP damage, the gift expires. Any HP damage. Burn. Forced damage taken. Carmilla Blood Fiends. Fucking the air breathes on you. Wrong. Like, you stub your toe. HP damage. Shield is fine, but HP damage. You will then lose the effect. Not for the whole run, but for the turn. Because then at the next turn, it gets applied to a random ally, random other ally. Right? And now you have to survive 4 turns without taking damage. Now, some characters can do this. That's easy. The problem is, in the time it takes for you to get those 4 stacks of the turn, you're either killing the enemy or you're taking damage. Because what if an unclashable attack is targeting you? Like, if you're an extreme, this never works. Because you're always taking forced turn damage. If you're fighting someone who has forced damage like Carmilla Bloodfiends, you're never getting that. So, the best thing you're ever going to get is 10% damage at the start of a turn. Which is at least something. But again, it's random. Your Chef Gregor could get this 10%. You could have Mao Faust, Lord Honglu, you could have Adept Heathcliff, you could have Yi Sung, you could have Z-Tune, you could have fucking, like, Wei Donkey, and then you have Chef Gregor, and your Chef Gregor gets it, bro. Like, why, how, first of all, who put bro in the, where does bro think he is? You know? And then second, like, why is he getting my 10%? Still more useful than Broken Violent, pretty much. I better not use the revive fidget? No, I won't, don't worry. Plain Bones Downscale, yeah! Then we move on. I don't think Burning Intellect is bad. I think it's just really hard to get off and not really worth it. Burning Intellect, it's like you kill someone with burn, right? And then you get buffed, which is great. But for 2 damage up, with burn kill, that's pretty hard to do. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it does make up for it to the fact it is 3 allies. You know, so at least 3 allies get 2 damage up, assuming you max it out, right? Now, is it good still? Not really, to be honest with you. No, it's kind of bad. If this was like, okay, if this was like offense level up, oh my goodness, dude. If this was gain 2 offense level up at turn start for 3 allies on burn kill, holy shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If this was not damage up, a lot of these things, by the way, could be fixed if they just gave offense level up. If this was offense level up, For burn kill, I would be buying this every fucking day of the week. Every day of the week. Everything here is good. Goated. I mean, this gives you more burn, which is fine. I guess it's not really a big deal. This is OP, fine. Everything's fine here. Good. Gluppo. These are pretty much just more potency. It's like, you know, at least you get more potency with it. Damage, upgrades. Now this one... This is situational. I feel like mirror tactile synesthesia's best use is fusing into the handheld mirror. That is what the tactical synesthesia is. Also, it's a biovenom upscale. That's what I'm saying. This fuses into mirror, and this is a biovenom upscale. Mirror is goated. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The tier 4 from RR5, we'll get there. But this is a biovenom upscale and pretty much, and a fusion upscale. That's pretty much it. Fine, good, goated, great, amazing, good. Like literally all of these are good as fuck. You can make, there's an argument to be made. But I actually don't think that Old Wooden Doll is bad. I actually think Old Wooden Doll is amazing. The thing is, it's 6 defensible down per identity. You have 7 identities. Okay? That means you are doing 6 multiplied by 7, which is upwards of 42 defensible down per turn. That is busted as hell. That's a lot of damage, right? And the thing about the rupture thing is, this is like useless 90% of the time, but when you actually fight an enemy with shields, it's like upscale. It turns to like triple S tier. So like it can be, remember, gifts are allowed to be niches, right? You're allowed to have a niche. This only affecting shields is niche, but it's a good fucking niche. Especially because later enemies have a lot of shield. How many fragiles 42 defensible down? A lot. Pretty sure that's a lot. One gazillion defensive down. Yeah, like you can get a use for that, especially 6 times per identity. Burn victim. As so player, I don't know what that is. Hohenheim cowards, yeah, pretty much. Like, you might not feel the effect of it because the problem in well, not really the problem, but you don't feel defense level down. Like, you don't notice defense level down as much as you would notice, like, fragile and shit. Because obviously it's way, way less. But it also has first, second, and third. Oh, yeah, sorry. It is only for, so that's still 18 defensible down. Right? Which should equal to about, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15? About 7 fragile. So 7 fragile approximately. And also, it's better that it's on the first 2. Because your first 2 carries are going to be your carries, right? So always the first 2 deployed units are always going to be the carries. So they get to benefit the most from the defensible down. Which is still valuable. Invigality is good, good. This is fine. If not, a bit situational, but fine. This is also situational, but fine. Not really sure with it. Fine. Okay, talking about the damage types is going to be really hard. Because a lot of the damage types are kind of doo-doo, except like they're not really that bad. Okay. So this, okay, here's the problem. Okay, here's the thing. And I'm going to lay it flat on its chest, right? The problem with the damage type egos is not the effect of the damage type egos. The problem with the damage type egos is the deployment order. Like, if you see here, okay? Look at this. Identity with slash attack skills gain number of slash attack skills they have. You could potentially be earning 4 haste next turn. 4 haste every turn. Which is better than the other one, by the way. But you have to put on your 4th and 5th unit. This is usable. Especially if you have a high show team. Like, if you have a high show team, this is great. Right? Like, you could find maximum value out of this. If you're running Shis, you can get your 4th Shi unit to be buffed. Possible. It's actually value. It's just the deployment order. If this was like 3, 4, 5, oh my goodness. So this is actually good, right? God forbid anyone in the first 2 get buffed. Yeah, okay, well the problem is the buffs that everyone that aren't the first 2 don't matter. Like, haste doesn't matter. Because guess what? Your 3rd, 4th, your 4th and 5th characters are not going to be the ones that are clashing and doing the most damage. It's the characters who are the first 2 deployed, right? So that's just how Mirror Dungeons works, right? That's just how deployment works. Your first 2 are your strongest units. Typically it goes, the deployment order that they are in is the strongest characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are exceptions to this rule. Okay, there are exceptions to this rule. But typically that's just how it goes, right? So if the buff that the 4th and 5th unit are not getting, if it's not big, it's going to be a problem. But then you see here, now this is a good buff. 20% increased damage if you have a 2 speed difference. Right? With slash skills. This is good. Right? Again, 5th and 6th deployed unit. At least it's better. Right? At least it's better. Okay? Than the violin. At least when you use this, you know that your 5th and 6th units, they can't clash as well. They don't they don't have as much damage, but they'll get 20%. That's good. Scissors, exact same thing. 4th and 6th is a little bit more manageable because, you know, 4 and 6 is, 4 is a lot easier to get. But as you can see, clash power, damage, single coin deals more damage. It's good. The effects are great. Resolution's good. This one is amazing. Actually, this is an amazing thing. I don't even think this is bad at all. Moment of Sentencing is actually probably the best slash gift that isn't like Resolution and Sunder to Memory. If I had to rank these slash gifts, obviously Sunder to Memory is like triple S tier. I would actually argue that Resolution is then second best, and then Moment of Sentencing is third best. Because you get 12.5% unopposed damage, which is good. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 units this affects. Okay? This affects 4 units. You get 12.5% damage for unopposed, which if you're running a high show team, mwah, magnifique. And then if you do clash win, you still get a little bit of a damage. Now, it does punish you the more coins you have, but at least it's free damage. Alright? So, this is actually goated. Now, Carpenter Nail. So, remember how I glazed Deceptive Accord? Because it gave you 20% bonus damage? Yeah, I'm not glazing Carpenter Nail. Because it gives you 2 pierce damage up. 2 pierce damage up. Really? On the 4th and 5th unit? And you have to have 2 more pierce attack skills. Full stop Heathcliff's best friend? See, I'd agree with you. But what world are you putting Heathcliff in number 4 or 5? Right? Like, it's like you'd much benefit with them just putting him in like number 2. Right? But I mean, look, 2 pierce damage up, that's plus 2 damage. Maybe there is value to it. Just a little bit hard value. Now see, here we go. This is just better Carpenter Nail. Look, this is a Carpenter Nail upscale. Because now, right, now you get haste and pierce damage up. And if you kill someone, you get more pierce and haste. How much does 2 pierce? I believe each damage is It's depending on so like pierce damage up is 1. So it should be +1. Right? So it goes up to 10, which means you do 10%. 10 more. It is a tier above. Yeah, but it's literally a direct upscale. Also, it is 5th and 6th, which is worse than 4 and 5. But you get haste with it, so. Once a carpenter's nail. Once a carpenter's nail. This is goated. No issues there. Goated. Now, Burial Curse. Again, literally just a better version, chat, of Carpenter Nail. And it's the same tier this time. It's a flat 1, yeah. Yeah. Like, Sin Affinity up and specific damage type ups are +1. See, look, this is just better Carpenter Nail. This time, you just have to use the skill and you gain a maximum of 1 haste and a maximum of 2 haste and 2 blunt damage up. Now, this part you'll most likely never fucking deal with, right? But at least you're getting 2 blunt damage and 2 haste. So this is already better than this. Because this has a conditional, this doesn't. You just have to hit with a blunt skill. Once a Burial Curse. Okay, now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, Compassion Bandages. So. Oh, boy. How do I feel about this eco gift? It's the biggest piece of dog shit. But there's a difference to this. It's ass because of its deployment order. But realistically, Burial Curse is literally better than Bandages. Right? So, like, what do you get? So for the 5th and 6th, again, 5th and 6th, when you deal blunt damage, you deal an extra 3 to 7 bonus damage. 3 to 7! Oh my god! With a skill. Okay? That's not saying per coin. Alright, that's not saying the coin, each coin does 3 to 7 more damage. No, the skill. If you hit an enemy for 400 damage on your blunt skill, this will deal 7 bonus damage. And then Gloom attacks will heal you. Which is niche, but I guess there's value to it. I guess. Ruin a page? No. But the problem, again, comes from the fact that it's the 5th and 6th deployed identities. So, if this was like a percentage, look, all I'm saying is this. If this was like a percentage, this would be goated. You know. If this was like, deal 3% of your damage as bonus damage, that would be way better. It's not though. It's this flat number. And the Gloom healing, it's like each skill, remember, not coin. It's not based on coins. It's based on the skill. 1 skill heals 6 HP. I think you heal more HP for just literally every other tier 1 ego gift in the game heals more HP than this. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not, unfortunately, worth it. Oracle's good. Imposed weight's fine. This is good. This is good. Good. Obviously, the tier 4s. Fine. This is actually good. Good. This is fusion fodder. Even Flob at full health heals more. Yeah, pretty much. 57 on the other hand can't. Exactly, right? But the effects that the 5th to the 7th units get are so minimal. Look, the only reason Shard of Apocalypse is here is because it fuses into a tier 4. Okay? Now, you could argue the fact that, like, oh, you know, you inflict 1 more potency, right? When you inflict Rupture. Oh, that's good. You know what else does that? The fucking tier 1. That's back here, I think. This does that. In fact, this inflicts more. It does 2 Rupture potency. So, the tier 1 talisman, hell, even fucking Crown of Thorns inflicts more rupture potency than this does. And that's a tier, and this is a tier 2. So, it's a fusion fodder. That's pretty much it. Fine, good. Cenobite's good. This heals you. You know, so at least that heals you. That gives you SP. That's fine. Ooh. Faded overcoats. Okay. So... it's funny that it's... Okay, guys. It's funny that this is the faded overcoat. Because this is, unironically, the most potential ego in the game. No fucking joke. This is potential ego gift. Okay? Because realistically, you're not getting that offensive level up. But it's offensive level up, so at least you get something good. But you didn't have 3 enemies with minus 45? That's pretty fucking hard to do. It does fuse. Right? But... It's... Dude. Under 45 SP. Yeah. Trust. It means... That's what I'm saying, man. If this was... if that was the case, if that said if there were enemies under 45 SP, that would actually be goated as fuck. You're intended to do it with a sinking team? I agree with you. Okay? But here's the problem. 3+ enemies at minus 45 and you're not killing them all? Like, the only way you're getting all enemies at minus 45 without them dying is if you've killed... If you're doing a wave fight, right? Like, you're fighting, like, 12 enemies, and you kill 4 of them at the start, and that reduces all the other SPs by minus 45. And you get 2 offensive level from that, which is good. What about the manager XP? Yeah, we did it at the beginning, if you're interested. Like... If it triggers, you've already won. And it's a bit hard to trigger. If this was 2+ enemies at minus 45, I would dare argue they killed. It's like they had minus 45. Yeah. If this was 2 enemies, so if there are 2 enemies with minus 45, and maybe it gave you 3 offensive level up, I think that would solve it. To be honest with you. 2 enemies with minus 45 and you get 3 offensive level up, I think that would be a lot more useful. Hell, even if you just kept 2 offensive level up and you just made it 2 enemies, I think that helps it immensely. Unfortunately, like this, it's niche, but it's a bit too niche to your liking. Good. This is good. Good. Yeah, that's fine. This is because it gives you more charge. Rego, W, Rego. 5% cost refund. Yeah, that's good. Reward choices is good. Good. This is fine. Money. Overused whetstone. Okay. Good ego gift for a tier 1. Right? Oh, layer bandages? Okay. I guess we can talk about layer bandages. Whetstone is good. It's just, again, it's 3rd deployment, so it's a bit hard to work on. I guess we can talk about layered bandages. Because it's a good gift to have. It is good to have. I don't think layered bandages is bad. Right? You heal 5%. It won't... If you get hit with like 40 bleed, it's not really going to save you, right? If you get hit with 40 bleed, it's not going to save you. But if you're in a situation where like you are up against an enemy hitting you with like 10 bleed and you have like 4 count on you, how would a team around this work? I have no... I guess we're just playing the U branch. We would just be playing She and U branch. It's niche, but it's niche in solo, but at least it has a niche, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least I actively look out for this. Like, when I am playing a solo, or when I am doing a run that I know bleed has a problem, like I'm gonna deal with bleed, at least I actually go for this gift and it helps me. Overused whetstone's actually good. It's not bad. 25% more damage, more offensive level up. 3 offensive level is good. But it just 3rd deploy, so it's a bit hard to use. Short cane sword. I mean, this is hard to rate because this is for the association, so I'm gonna... Yeah, these are like, two offensive level down when you win a clash. Once per turn per identity. If you're running all slash, it's fine. It does the same amount that the other one does. It's okay. Offensive level down is way fucking better. But yeah. Exact same thing here as Whetstone, but for Pierce. And it gives you more haste. Pulling him is blind, that's fine. This is offense level up, that's good, good. This is for discard, so discard deals more damage. This is also for discard. It does F defense level down. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Like, again, the team egos, I'm not really going to rate them because you need a team. Good, good. This one is situationally good, but it's not bad. Because this gift only activates when you die. And dying is bad. So theoretically, you never want to die. But what do you actually get if someone dies? Alright, if someone actually dies, you heal 9% of the identity's HP. Okay, cool. You get Blood Feast, which is for Blood Feast. And you all gain level divided by 9 offense level up, which is maximum 6. So you get 6 offense level up. So, you know, sometimes death happens. It's fine. It happens. And it does heal you, and it does give you offense level up, and it is a niche. So it's got a niche. Again, it's got a niche. A strong niche. It's got a niche. Maggots. Now, maggots are not used that much, but like I've found value in this a lot. It's max 6? Hell no. Good, good. Jesus. Frozen Cries. Oh, bullet print. One identity with the slowest speed wins a clash or is hit by an enemy, inflict 3 sinking potency against them as a tier 2. If the fusion didn't exist, this would be dog shit. Unfortunately, this is fusion fodder. Because, bro, what is this? Worst mana. Worst sinking application. Just fuse it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know, and that's why I'm saying it is fusion fodder. You know. But, as a gift by itself, ass. This is... I mean, again, this is niche because it's N-Corp. But if you are N-Corp, you can get more nails, which you need. And if you are... well, you can also get nails when you're not a bleed unit. And then if you're N-Corp, you get Fanatic, which is good. So this is actually useful. Blood Red Mane. The worst part about Blood Red Mane is that it only affects identities with Wrath or Lust skills. The benefit is that literally all of the useful IDs that use this have Lust or Wrath skills. So you're not missing out on Blood Red Mane. Right? But what do you actually get? Unironically, the Perma 2 haste and defense power-up is actually really good. Especially if you're running Kurokoma. Right? Yeah. Like Kurokoma Heath. And if you do manage to take damage from an enemy, you do get Clash Power. You get some mine. But Clash Power is actually useful. So, it's niche. Again. It's niche. But it's got a use. If not a little bit of a hard niche, you know. Is the flaw that it please off. Dodge upscale. Pretty much. Ability is good. Holland's good. Spice Push. Spice Push is good. The hard part about Spice Push is this. Okay? So, Spice Push is a really good ego gift. But the problem with Spice Push is not the gift itself. It is how you play the game. you don't want skill 1s as you get deeper into the dungeon. Skill 1s will not cut it anymore. You need to replace skill 1s, right? So the minute you lose a skill 1, you lose the entire ego gift. Because you have to use everything once. Now, certain identities can get around this. For example, right? For example, Dayu can get around this because if you replace all of Dayu's skill 1 and you trigger her passive, she'll still use her skill 1. It counts as skill 1. Same with with all Ryoshu. If you get rid of all of Ryoshu's skill 1s and she does a follow-up attack with Yi-Sang, it counts as a skill 1. If you have a character like Kurokoma Heathcliff and get rid of all his skill 1s, he still does a follow-up with skill 1. You know? And there are some identities in the game that can use skill 1s, right? But typically, you're not going to want skill 1s. So, for everything that isn't endgame content, right? For everything that isn't like floor 10 and above, right? Or I would even argue like floor 7 and above, Spike Push is good. But anything below floor 7, yeah, we're just kind of talking about we're talking about some of the bad gifts to the game. Anything that is below floor 7, W. Anything above floor 7, it kind of falls off hard. It does stack up to 3 times though, which is really nice. Lifetime's good. Broken glasses. Ooh, it's niche because it's specifically enemies who are faster than you. But it can happen if you don't have haste. And 4 offensive up is good. So again, niche, but not bad. Just niche. We've talked about Talon protecting Harpoon. It's dog shit. Alright. Again, 6th deployed unit. You have to be less than 50% for 1 attack power up. But the best part of Talon protecting Harpoon is that you get this aggro. You get turn start aggro. Right? So, does Alan Groger count? No. Well, I think so. So the thing about Spice Bush, guys, is I don't know if ascended skills count. If you use Gregor's skill 1-2, or if you use Zetrun's skill 1-2, does that affect Spice Bush? I don't actually know. I don't know. If it does, that's an upscale. If it doesn't, ooh, problem. It's in the patch notes. If you want to go back and check, you can. It was pretty much continue function, manager XP, some announcer buffs, and then some bug fixes. Yeah, my gut tells me it doesn't. Oh, excuse me. My gut tells me it does not affect ascended skills. Okay? Is the 3 skills don't have to be used on the same turn? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Spice pushes through the whole encounter, which is great. Right? It is, but it is hard. Yes, Daishu reuses a regular skill 1. So she actually triggers Spice Bush. She's probably the one that triggers Spice Bush, because the hardest one is the skill 1 when you're doing Mirror Dungeon. Yeah, Ascendeds don't count. Well, no, Ascendeds do count for gifts. It's just that it doesn't count for Spice Bush. Because if you have like a Rupture gift and you use a Rupture Ascended skill 3, it gets buffed. It's just a bit awkward. Now, Town Harpoon. Yeah, it's got 1 niche, and it's this turn start aggro, and that's really it. This is good. Some people say that Guiding Gas Lamp is ass. And the reason they'll say that Guiding Gas Lamp is ass is because you lose out on the Nebulizer buff. But you get a more empowered version of the Harpoon Leg, and it is supposed to be for Pequod units. So, if you have a Pequod unit, yeah, it's kind of worth getting it. And if you have a team that doesn't need Nebulizer, like you have no pride, it's better to get the Guiding Lamp. Because if you have Gas Lamp plus like Clover, And I know we said we're not combining things together. We're like talking about it on its own. But you could make this work. It's just a little bit harder. It's fine. Music box is good. Bottle Arts is good. Mirror is good because it's the fusion. Butler Star Bindings is great. This is good. This is good. Good. Devouring Cube. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason that this cube was devoured, all right? Let me just tell you that. It's ass. Okay, this thing is ass. Okay? Now, why is this thing ass? All right, let's read this real quick. When an ally dies, you gain 1 resource for skill 1 and 2. And then if the enemy dies, you get 1 random resource. Okay. That's alright. But what if we went to a very familiar ego gift and looked at that instead? Which if we scroll up a little bit. When an ally dies, gain 2 ego resources for all affinities. If there are multiple allies who substitute in, heal 2 SP with the least SP. So, value disposal, and I know we're not supposed to really compare them, but if you need something that gives you resources when someone dies, value disposal gives you 2 for every resource. Yeah, it is floor specific, but it does the same thing as the Devouring Cube. Guess what? Devouring Cube is also floor specific. So out of these 2 floor specific egos, and they're both the same tier, just get the value disposal. Dead, Tiferet, B, upscale. Doesn't even let you gain all of it. Yeah, it's only 1 and 2. Why are you greedy? Just let me get 1, 2, and 3. Then we have Tinkling Scrap. So I meme about Twinkling Scrap. To be honest with you. And here's the thing. Okay? It's ass. Okay? It's ass. It's dog shit. It's the biggest piece of dog shit. It's the biggest piece of dog shit. It's Tiff A, you moron? What? Tiff A is Tiferet. Tiff B is Tiff that's not Tiff A. Tiff B, that's Tiff B. Tiff B is the dead one. What the fuck do you mean, moron? What if I banned you? How about that? Anyway, as I was saying, Twinkling Scrap is dog shit. 3 damage per fixed damage. We meme about it. It's not that good. The gift makes no damage runs possible. Yes. That is its only use. And technically, it does have another use. Okay? Take a sip of Enkerfar. You're right, my bad. So, this makes damageless runs possible, which is very funny. Alright? And there's technically a use for this. It's just a really low use. I wish it was upgradable. I think this would benefit if it was upgradable. Right? I think that's kind of the thing. I think if this was upgraded and they increased it to like 10 fixed damage a turn, like when being hit by an enemy with shield, I think that might be better. Is Tassel going to do anything if you don't have Lunar Memory? No, but at least Tassel does affect, damage type, so. So Black Ledger is interesting. The first half of Black Ledger is okay. Gain random results of the number of enemies on the field. Again, it's random. So it's like you could get, you know, one of everything. You could get 5 NB. But it's really the second part that you kind of want. Because if you have the BL Krokomo, you get resource for just everything at the start. The least owned resource, you just get it. So you can just get the least owned resource. So like at least this is value. At least you're getting value from this. 3, 7, 15. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fine. You know? So at least you can farm very hard ego resources you wouldn't normally be able to get. Slash power up. This is good. This is fine. Again, anything that affects like resistances, this is insanely good. The problem is Lunar Memory is better, but that's fair because Lunar Memory is a tier 5. This is tier 3. That's so good. What I hate? Probably Broken Violin. I think that one makes me the most mad. Good. Look, prepaid time has a very good effect, but it's very hard to use because you need to be slower than your enemy, but you can make use out of it. We're talking about this. Dog shit. We talked about that. Everything here. Is Bamboo Hat good? Yeah, it's pretty alright, I'd say. Yeah, it's a good, you know. Yeah, it only makes you deal 100% crit rate, and oh, it only makes you deal 1.5 more damage. Oh, it only makes you deal 50% more slash damage. You know, it's okay. You know. Are you still able to do the collab gifts? Unfortunately, no. Faster than enemy gifts. Chains upscale. This is good because it halves bleed potency. So amazing. It makes BL Odors usable. These are usable. These are fine. These are fine. These are fine. Good. Talking about these. We talked about these. You talked about this. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna okay. Snuff the Lantern on its own is dog shit. Okay? Because it only affects the 7th unit, and I mean you do gain more tremor, but again, the 7th unit, it's an awkward unit slot. But the Fusion Shadow Monster completely solves this issue. So it doesn't really matter, because if you're gonna get one, you're gonna get the other most likely. Good. Contract's amazing. This is great. This is good. This is niche, but it's good. I mean, this is also niche, but it's good. Niche, good. These are also niche, but they're good. Fine. Liquor Cup's great. Lost power-up's fine. Yep. Clash power damage. Yep, you can't go wrong with that. Rupture. We can't go wrong with Rupture. More Rupture. Yep, we love Rupture here. More damage. Bing, bang. Yep, no, all fine, yep, all good. Shatterbound Cannon. Alright, let's talk about Shatterbound Cannon. Let's talk about the reason you guys are here today, okay? You're not here for the patch notes. Alright, you're not here for the Mirror Dungeon. You're here to discuss Shatterbound Cannon. How do I feel about Shatterbound Cannon? It's definitely the funniest ego gift in the game. I think that's fair to say. But oh my god. 10 fragile for 10 damage up. Ah. Wow. Good money. Here is the thing. Okay. The problem with Shadowbound is not that it's hard to use or bad. You know? The problem with Shadowbound Cannon is that in the game, there exists so much damage up. Remember, damage up is capped at 10. If you have 0 damage up items with you and only Shadowbound, it is an upscale. The minute you get literally any other gift that gives you damage up, which there's a lot of, it loses a lot of its value. Equally so, becoming 100% more fragile to deal 100% more damage is not really a good boon on your end. This is good for your enemies. Now, if this was offense level up, as I've said, a lot of things would be different if this was offense level up. Or if it removed the cap. So, 2 things. Dying instantly. Sometimes you're not dying instantly. That's the thing. Okay? So, sometimes you can survive that attack. 2 offer level up and 1 fragile every turn. You don't even need that. You don't even need that. You could just do two offense level up and 2 fragile every turn. Up to 10. And I think that'd be worth it. Makes Fell kill easier. The thing is, anything makes Fell bullet kill easier. It does make Fell bullet kill easier. Or if it was upgradable. If it was upgradable, and okay, if you could upgrade it and it would lower the fragile by 1, so you would get 10 damage up and only 5 fragile, you might find more value out of it. Coveting Thorn. So, Coveting Thorn is interesting. Is this the one that reduces your bleed potency? Or is this the one that increases your bleed potency? Let me look. Gain bleed count equal to the resin, then lose a thorn. This unit has blood. Okay, no, this is the good one. Okay. So this is the good one. This one gives you more potency when you trigger beyond 99. That's great. However, there is another one in here, which we'll talk about, which I think I skipped over by accident. Oh, no. Is it a drop? No. No, was it this one I was talking about? A drop reduces your bleed potency, but it buffs the Blood Fiends by immense. It's not really bad. This is just kind of a Blood Fiend niche. You know what I mean? This is a Blood Fiend niche, right? If you're a Blood Fiend, you love this. And again, it's a team ego, so you can't really rate it. A certain philosophy. And this is an EX ego. And it fixes your fusion to 100%. Which is good. But how good is it? I'd argue it's pretty good. It's not overpowered. It's good. It's nice to have. It saves you 5 starlight or 1 resource. How do I even get that? It is QOL. It's not required. It's not as overpowered as wealth. It's 5 starlight. That 5 starlight adds up. Ball's good. Yeah, we could talk about that. So, yeah, look, look, if you get this early in the game, overpowered. It's late in the game. Probably won't realize it. And you get this by doing shop fusions, by the way. This is overpowered. Now we got Tenacity Bolus. So this is a Zwei Gregor upscale. Right? Infinite wealth like a dragon. So Tenacity Bolus is a Zwei Gregor upscale, and that's pretty much all it is. It's pretty much just a Zwei upscale, to be honest with you. Having to get hit upwards of 6 times to get 6 defense level up, and it has to be my highest max HP unit, this would benefit from being upgraded. That's why Ish likes it. Yeah. Wealth's overpowered. Wealth you get from an event check. Yes. Okay. The benefit of Bolus, right? The benefit of Bolus is if you combine it with Snake Blow. With Snake Slough giving you offensive level up depending on defensive level. So that's why I say it's a Zwei upscale. Because Zwei units want to get hit, right? Or at least they want to be the one getting hit. So Ishmael, Gregor, Faust, all of the Zwei carries pretty much like this. But on its own, it's kind of dog shit. It would really benefit from an upgrade. And if the upgrade gave you maybe +2 or +3 defense level up per getting hit, it might be better. But having to take 6 hits, yeah, not the best, to be honest with you. And then we have Unchosen, which is a better Frozen Cries, by the way, because it does the same effect as Frozen Cries, but it has a bonus of if someone dies, you get attack power. It's doo-doo, but at least if someone dies, you get attack power up. So at least you get a W somewhere. You know what I mean? At least you get a W somewhere. That's the LOR page. But yeah. Yeah, Fell Bullet upscale. It's, you know, it's niche. It's kind of ass, but at least you can kind of derive a value from it. These are for aggro IDs. I mean, yeah, again, like the sinking is okay, you know. It's fine. It's just 3-2. It's kind of doo-doo. Good. Okay, Trauma Shield. I actually think Trauma Shield is very good. Now, it's niche, but I do think it's got a nicheness to it. Simply put, the first 2 turns reduce 80% of your SP from enemies, and you take 80% less sinking damage. This is a Gluppo downscale. Okay? If you are Blubbering Toad and you're fighting the Sinners with Trauma Shield, Alt F4, GG, FF at 15. Okay? Does it block adversity loss? Unfortunately, no. Because it has to be from enemies. I wish it did, because that would be very good. But this also did absolutely cook the Arknight event. So Arknight event, Queenie, characters that, you know, lose SP from getting struck, Sun Shower, upscale, you might even say. But it's niche. It's niche, but it has a niche. Again, it's on the lower side, but it has a niche. Value Disposals is the better cube. Interlink Time is, yeah, 3 Tremorverse is 3 Tremorverse. Distribution is fine. This is good. These are great. Again, this is a faction item. It's actually kind of great. Because this is great for Faust, obviously, Heathcliff and Sinclair. They get the burn conditionals faster, so that is good. This is good. Obviously, all of these are good. Gord is good because you deal 10% damage. Now, it is a bit hard to trigger this, but at least it affects the 2nd and 4th and 6th unit. So at least 3 characters get 10% potential missing HP. And missing 10% HP is not that hard. So that's pretty, you can pretty much have perma value on that. Goated. Actually, yeah. Yeah, this is good. Obviously, this is good. This is a Blood Feast buff. And that's good. He missed them in infinitely harder. Oh, yeah. And that's pretty much my go-over on all of the worst ego gifts that I'd argue. But we might do that at a different time. We might work on that, do that live stream at a different time, because that's probably going to take a long one. So instead, why not we do a little bit of uptying, or thread spinning, my bad. I have to use the correct terminology. Thread spinning. We can thread. Why can't I can't roll my T's. Thread spin. Thread spin. We can thread spin 2 things. What do you guys want? You got 2 effervescents, you got 2 9-2s, and you got 1 rosette and 1 fourth match. As you can see, I have 162, so I can pretty much do 2 he's, or I could do 2 teths. Or 1 he and 1 teth. Red spin. Do I have tier 1s or tier 3s, or is it only 2 3? These are the only egos left in the game that are not tier 3. What's the new stuff added? Revive feature is being added for the last 3 Kano bosses. Manager cap is raising. Information about announcers. W Corp Heathcliff buff because we got bug fixed. And the voice lines for and the announcers for June and Lei Hang are buffed. Which corrosion has the fragility? I believe that's 4th match, no? Yeah, 4th match has Wrath fragility on it. What are we spinning? Because last time I checked, these things aren't vinyls. You never know. 4th match. I mean, we are entering the burn season. Oh, adverse corrosion like the ego. This has tremor count, tremor burst, defense level down, tremor burst. For like Roger's one is actually like not that bad at all. Blindly fragile on Hong Lu's one, and he does heal damage. 9-2 needs some love. I mean, like, I wouldn't mind doing Sinclair's one. No, actually, what does the Sinclair's one even do? It gives me attack weight conditional. I wouldn't mind doing Faust's one. Faust's one actually doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, in honestly, Roger's one, FFS one is probably the best one here. To be honest with you. But this is agenda Limbus, so that means we have to do like something that like everyone would hate or something. Like Faust or something. 9-2 deserves it after worst. You know what? I actually agree. 9-2 Faust did actually come in clutch during worst team. And she's gonna now be able to inflict burn with the awakening. So you know what? Welcome to the team. What does Uptide 4 do for her? She gets 3 burn and a 6 lost attack weight. Jesus Christ. Alright. One more, chat. What do you guys want? We got Effervescent, 9-2, Desire, 4th match Flame. If I had to pick one, probably Rogers. Lu. You know what? I do think Hong Lu's is the most, Effervescent Hong Lu is the most, sleeper Hong Lu ego. Rosa Desire because he is hot. Roger. I desire Hong Lu. Roger and Hong Lu. All right. Well, we have a choice between Roger and Hong Lu. We choose Soda. No. 2 Roger egos, 2 Hong Lu egos. The battle of ego, and then random Sinclair. Mommy Roger. Well, when you put it that way. I do see a lot of Rogers. Okay. Type 4 soda. We're not uptying 4 soda. We'll uptie 4 soda when we actually have everything tier 3. Alright, do you guys want the greed rodeo or do you want the greed rodeo? Which rodeo do you guys want? I think rodeo has more votes at the moment. Hong Lu needs this. Rodeo has more votes, so which one do you want, guys? You want green or do you want red? It's very blurry in this. The one art style be like greed. I like how she's got the clam on her boobs. The amber pearl. Only wins but the least desired. I need the weed rodeo. Dude, 3 tremor infliction and 5 count is like fucking crazy, by the way. Alright, let it rip. What's the difference between blue de fry shoots and then red de flu shoots? Well, de fry shoots has the magic gun, which, you know, can hit every shot and murders you on the 7th bullet. And the flu shoots targets people's memories, and he erases their memories by shooting them dead. What does upside 4 give? 7 count! Tiger has 75% plus HP additional attack weight. Is that plus 50? Oh. Wait, so she gets 5 attack weight on this. Wait, she gets 4 attack weight on this ego? At plus HP? Tremor burst, 7 count? They look the same. Well, the flu shoots is an aberration. He hits the eye, hits the head, pretty much. Wait, this is a goated ass. Dude, this might be overpowered. I ain't gonna lie to you. Although the passive is kind of bad though. Odeon upscale. 7 tremor count. Damn. And there you go, guys. These are the last 4 ego in the game that I need just as a reference. I can show you guys here. So no tier 1. We have tier 4s, but everything else will be a tier 3. True. As you can see, every other ego here, we just have this, which we are trying to complete this before the season ends, which we should be able to do this before the season ends. Who knows? We need, how much shred do we need? We need 80, 8, 16, 24, so we need 240, 240 plus 70, we need 310, 310 thread. Which I should get, by the way. I pray to be rich like this. Listen, all of this was hard work, determination, grinding. Okay? This is the you too, young Midoriya, can be a hero. Convert shards, but I don't want to convert my shards. What if the next ID comes out is a Mersol ego, or an Otis standard, or a Roger standard, or Lord forbid it's a fucking another Heathcliff ID. I need all of these shards for this, okay? I can't risk any of them. Have we ever stated that they'll be doing the basic egos at upside 4? We have no idea. Just wait till the burnout hits? For who? For you or for me? Because I've been playing this game for 2 years straight. Shards are going away at the end of the season anyway. Yeah, but at least I'll be able to get the last ID. I'm pulling. That is true. I will be pulling. The egos need this. Listen, I'm not in a rush. I don't want to rush a shard. Okay, nerd. All right, well, you're a nerd. How about that? You need to eat me. I'm too rich. Guys, did I tell you? Oh my god. Guys, did I tell you what happened to me this morning? No. Wait, you're gonna fucking love this. Whoa, hold on. Because you mentioned that of me being too rich. I gotta. I think I spoke to this with some other creators, but I don't think I mentioned this in the Discord. So you guys, story time. Guess what fucking happened this morning? I was fucking. I was having a nice snooze this morning. Okay? I was snoozing. It's getting close to my alarm. Right? Obviously, I gotta wake up in the morning. I gotta go to work, right? And all of a fucking sudden, I hear like the sound of something falling to the ground. And I'm a very I can sleep pretty good, right? Like I can sleep deep when I'm asleep, but I'm a very light sleeper when it comes to waking up, right? So waking up, I'm a very light sleeper. So I hear the sound of what sounds like metal hit the ground. Like a ting 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 ting. And I woke up and I went, what the fuck was that? And I look around and I'm thinking maybe I'm just asleep, like I'm half asleep. So I'm like, whatever. Next minute, I hear a tink. And then my fucking blinds fall on my face while I'm sleeping. And I fucking wake up hearing the metal bar fall on my fucking head. And I go, what the fuck? And I shoot the fuck out of bed and I have the fucking blinds on. I go, what the fuck happened? And the sun is beaming through the window. Okay, because it's the morning and my window faces the morning, right? So my window faces the morning sun. So it's fucking 6 a.m. and the sun is beaming at me and I'm blind because the sun is beaming into my fucking eyes. I have blinds all like covering me. I just got hit in the fucking head because it's metal. I just got hit in the fucking head with a metal pipe, right? I got Trevor scorched. Soul cartoon backstory. I got hit with a fucking. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Okay. I'm so dazed and my head is sore. I got hit by unbrilliant. Damn, that's like. So I shove these fucking things off me because again, I'm on the bed, right? So I shove the fucking blinds up. I throw them off me. I go, what the fuck happened? And I stand up and I look to the ground and I see the screws that attach the hinges to the blinds. Now the blinds that I have are they were like this when I was here, right? I didn't do this. But they're inbuilt. It's like they're not like it's like they're screwed in and then you attach there's hinges that are screwed into the inner blind, like inner window. And then there's a pipe that connects into both hinges, right? And I look over and I see there's a fucking hole, right? The screws they just fucking fell out. Silent girl victim. So they just fell out because guess what? The screws were not horizontally drilled. The screws were vertically drilled. Right? So after months and months and years of pulling on the blinds to close them, because they're not like twisties or anything. You had to pull on the, you know, the strand, the rope to like, you know, turn the blinds up, pull the blinds up and down. It loosened them. Which way was vertical again? Straight up. Fucking drop by a tremor hemorrhage. Why were they vertical? They were screwed vertically. I didn't design. I don't know. I just live here, bro. Anyway. Pull and it blows up in your face. No. So, right? Like, and that's where I realized that, like, the hinges just fell off. And I don't have the time to deal with this, right? So I look at the time. It's like a whole hour and a half before I have to normally get up. Hello. So it's like a whole hour and a half before I have to get up. No one's fucking awake. It's like 6 in the morning, right? Or like 5:30 in the morning, okay? It's early. And I'm sitting there with my head sore. I throw the blind off. I just let that shit hit the floor, bro. I didn't know if I just throw it off me. You're yelling about a metal pipe hitting your head. Ding. The wallop was screwless. Right? and I can't even rest in bed. Because, again, the sun is beaming its fucking morning rays directly into my retinas. Right? So I can't even sit in bed and, like, and do anything for an hour and a half because the sun is making a bright fucking light. Making you up, simulator. The sun is a deadly laser. So that's something they're still not fixed, by the way. I don't have blinds right now. Okay? So there's nothing. It's all but if someone, Lord forbid, decided to come down the fucking part of the section, you could just see everything. Now, luckily, it's a bit tucked away, so that really shouldn't happen. But there are other buildings that exist, like there are people have apartments that are higher than me, right? People have houses that's higher than me. They can look down or look in. Is it just I'm a human? Yeah, pretty much. Turn my brightness down. Oh, my bad. You're right. Little newspaper. Well, see, here's the thing. There's a shower curtain. I was thinking of getting a shower curtain pole and then just putting shower curtains up. But the window is I have to DIY it. And that's a lot of money. That would cost me at bare minimum like $40, and I really don't want to spend $40. So I looked at that and I said to myself, I said, do I spend $40 and DIY a set of curtains, or do I just fucking deal with it? And then I'll get like the landlord to, because I feel like it's not a me issue, but they might make it a me issue. So I had to contact the landlord. So they're gonna come over, I think, tomorrow. But I gotta get to work tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be like when I'm over, like when I'm back. And then they're gonna tell me if it's a them issue or if it's a me issue. Because to be honest with you, I don't fucking yank it or anything. Right? Like, I don't yank them or anything, but they are, like, the holes are, like, fucked. So, we'll see. I might get fucked up by that. Who knows? But I'm gonna have to live without blinds for at least, because even if I don't have to pay for it, which I hope, it's gonna take, like, at least a week or two. They're clearly gonna try and pin it on me. Yeah, for real. I climb the blinds every day. I was sleeping. That's what I was saying. I was sleeping, right? Like, I have the fucking bruise on my head to prove it, right? Like, hello. Samurai Jack. How old is it? I don't fucking know. I don't know how old the fucking building is. It's something. I don't know. The walls suck, though. The walls are made of fucking paper. So, drilling shit is, like, impossible. The rooster's call awakened me. But yeah, anyway, I have a bruise on my forehead. And I was fucking mad, dude. Oh my god, guys. I was so pissed. I was throwing shit like fucking mad, dude. I really didn't want to... I'm very glad that I can resist throwing my, like, Xbox. I got my Xbox controller here. I grabbed this Xbox controller and I almost chucked this bitch like 6 times this morning. I was so mad. I was ready to just throw everything. Like, I was about to just start smashing, especially because it hurt, right? I got a metal pole fucking smack my head. So instead of throwing my Xbox controller, I had enough consciousness to not throw my Xbox controller, right? Instead, I just grabbed fucking a bunch of clothes that I had hanging up on my door, and I just started throwing these fucking... I started throwing them across the fucking room and just yelling to myself. Like shouting. At like 5:30 a.m. Hit the Baki parry. Right? I grabbed like some pants and I went like, fuck, and I threw it at like the wall. I didn't do anything because it's a bunch of clothes, but I was really I was so mad about that. After like 10 minutes of doing that, all the energy like seeped out of me. Really, like doing that it fucking completely drained all of my energy, and I slumped back on the bed. I didn't fall back asleep, but I just went face first on the bed. My neighbors must love me. I've told you guys that I've gotten noise complaints, right? Sometimes when we do stream, I forget to close the windows. Right? Because we do this at night. Now, luckily, like, I have insulation myself, so it helps. But, like I've put stuff on the wall, like foam to help with insulation. It still doesn't help that much. But the windows are really bad. Is the window closed right now? Yeah, it's closed right now. But I have done streams before where I have not closed the window, and they just hear Nari. Bro, I feel the fury that holds it back every day. Yeah, pretty much. I have done streams. We have done streams, especially we've done streams which were like really long or really energetic that I've had the windows fucking open for, and I have gotten noise complaints. I think I'm on my like second noise complaint. Now, luckily for me, the noise complaints don't mean anything, because I like pay my bills. And I don't have any issues. So the landlord, he's like, I really don't give a shit. He's more mad that he gets bothered by the noise complaint than me actually triggering the noise complaint. You know what I mean? Like he said to me, he's like, I don't give a fuck because you don't, you know, you're chill, you don't give a fuck. But he's like, I'm getting annoyed because they're contacting me about it. So he's like, so shut the fuck up. I was like, my bad, I had the windows open. So, so he's more annoyed that he's getting the complaints than me actually doing the noise complaining. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a mood, bro. I feel the same way, bro. I'd feel the same way. I'd be like, dude, I don't give a fucking, I don't give a fuck about your noise complaint, bro. But Konkurasaki confirmed. I wish. So this time I make sure to extra getting the warning notice. Yeah, hold on, I get fucking warning notice IRL, dude. Yo, do I get I get plus 15% bonus damage to binded characters, or was it plus 25? Hold on, let me look. Plus 50. Oh, dude, I had that on right. Plus 15% bonus damage against binded guys. Just use my Conqueror's Hockey on the neighbors. I wish. Damage based on speed. Oh, guys, I guess since we're doing story time, did I tell you recently that I blew the oven out? I don't think I told you guys this, did I? This was like 3 weeks ago. Okay. Okay, let me explain. Huh? Say more. Okay, I'll explain. Congratulations. That's an active hazard. Okay. Failed Liu fixer. First supply next to oven as you play Clash Royale. Okay, hold on, let me explain. This was 3 weeks ago. I guess I just forgot to mention this to you guys. Well, I don't tell you guys about my personal life, right? But this is funny, so I will mention this. So, this is 3 weeks ago. I have a problem with the oven, okay? Where the oven, so you know, like the thing that actually gets heated, the coils, right? Like the oven coils. The oven coils attach to the top of the oven and the bottom of the oven, right? Well, here they attach to the top of the oven. There's a problem, and there's always been this problem with the oven, that the coils will just fall. They'll just fall, right? they'll fall off from being attached and then land on the grill, and I have to grab them and pull them back up and then reattach it. It's just something I've dealt with for years, right? Like it is just what it is, right? And I never really thought much about it because it wasn't like it was broke or anything, and it only happened like maybe once every few, maybe like weeks or something would happen, right? How does that happen? Because the coils, look, I don't know, man. They're not like attached like to the roof. It's like a pressure thing, like where you put the coils, like you press it against the roof of the oven, and then it just like stays there, right? I should really think more about it. I don't I'm lazy, guys. Look, I'm dedicated when it comes to you guys and entertaining you guys and you know, giving you guys things that you love, like videos and live streams. I am not dedicated when it comes to me being a lazy fat fuck, right? Like, I like being a lazy fuck. So for me, I don't give a fuck about this oven, right? So I just, whatever. It's like something I deal with. But fate struck me 3 weeks ago, where, what's the word? I went to put the coils fell again, and just sloth absolute resonance, right? And the coils fell again. All right. I went to grab them, and I pushed them up, but I must have pulled on the coils by accident, because all of a sudden the coils would fucking detonate in my hand, right? And I would blow the power out for the whole fucking apartment. Boosh. Fucking crap. I pulled my hand. What the fuck happened? I didn't hurt myself. I somehow managed to avoid it. But I pulled the coil, and it must have fiddled with one of the wires that were attached to the coil, right? And it fucking exploded. Now, I say exploded, right? Like, it didn't actually detonate like an implosion, but it made like a massive spark, like a right? I failed the skill check, right? Yeah. So what happened is it blew. Like, it blew, and I yoinked my fucking hand back. Somehow I didn't hurt my hand, right? So either I pulled it out just in time, or it was like it shorted out. Yeah, it shorted out, but it made a fucking big toom, and it made a bright flash, right? And all of a sudden, the entire apartment, it goes black, and I went, oh. First of all, I went, what the fuck just happened? And then I went, oh fuck, did I blow the breaker? I go to the breaker. Luckily, the breaker for us, for me, like for in these apartments, right? Because I've been in the other apartments before. Because obviously, I know the neighbors, right? Well, some of the neighbors. So for us, right, in these apartments, the breakers are inside, right? Do they know who was you? Hold on. I'll get there. Because it's funny. So the apartments, the breakers are in the inside because there's a breaker per unit. You have your own breaker, and then there's the main breakers, right, for each unit in the underground. Okay. So I go to my breaker, I pull it open. All of it is up except the oven. So I went, oh, okay, I must have fucked the oven up. So I flipped the oven back on, and then I go, wait a minute, the breakers didn't go. Wait, I was like, wait a minute, how? The whole power went out, but all the breakers are still up. Like only the oven got flipped. I flipped everything off. I waited like 10 seconds. I flipped everything back on. Nothing. I went, oh, fuck. I'm looking around, and I went, did I blow the whole fucking fuse? I was like, there's no way I blew every single fuse at once, right? I was like, fuck. I started to fucking panic. I was like, fuck. The breaker's not working. Nothing, the breaker's working. I start pacing back and forth. I go, shit. The one time turning it off doesn't work. Forced to live 5 Nights at Freddy's. Failed the skill check. I start pacing. Alright, and I go, okay, hold on. I was like, okay. I'm gonna call up the apartment. The people who control the apartment. I'm gonna ask them if, like, for some help, right? Because these aren't working. I go to the phone. It's 7 o'clock. It just hit 7:03. By the way, this is 3 hour. Yeah, this was like a few hours. I have like a bit of a chunk before we live, right? It's 7:03. Now, why is it significant that it's 7:03? Okay? Because the people who manage the building finish work at 7 p.m. I am 3 minutes too late to contact the building. Oh no. I'm fucking cooked. So, I sit there, and the first thing I do, I leave, I go to one of my neighbors. I hit the fucking door. They open. I go, did you lose power? And they went, no, I still have power, I'm fine. I was like, oh, you still have power? He's like, yeah, I still have power. He's like, what happened? I was like, I lost power. He's like, okay, well, check. He's like, okay, check the other neighbor, right? I go to the other. Did you lose power? No, I still have power. Okay, it looks like only I lost power. So I'm like, okay, the building's fine, but I lost power. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, okay, that's better. So no one else is cooked so far. As far as I'm looking at 2 people and then my neighbor, they're fine. I start pacing. I call the electrician. Right? I call the electrician. I have the number of the building manager's electrician, the electrician that they use, right? So I have their number. I called the electrician. Thank fuck he picks up. I go, look, I just blew the oven up, and my breakers, and I lost power to my whole like apartment. No one else lost power, just me, and the breakers aren't working. What do I do? And he's like, okay, it sounds like the main breaker to your apartment blew, and you need to go flip it back on. I was like, okay, well, where the fuck would that be? He goes, it would be in the main electrical area. I go, where the fuck is the main electrical area? And I recall, right? I recall the downstairs in the garage area, there's a room. The room that has electrical stuff. The problem is, guess what? There's a keypad. I don't know the fucking keypad. So I go, okay, I'll go check that out. I hang up the phone. I still don't know if this is the problem. In my head, I thought I blew the whole breaker fuse. Like, I thought I short-circuited the whole thing. But apparently, there might be a chance that only the main breaker to the entire unit got flipped. So I go downstairs. Okay? I go downstairs. Remember, it's 7 o'clock. It's starting to get dark. Okay? I go downstairs. I find the door. I try jiggling it. Nothing happens. I look at the keypad. And I pull the keypad down. And I sit there and I look at the keypad. And I go, what the fuck's the code? I scratch my head a bit and I go, I don't know this code. And then I realized, does anyone know this code? And then I thought, guess who would have the code? The fucking building managers that are gone. It's already past 7 o'clock. So I just sat there and I went, oh no, I don't have the code to this. Because this is only for like the electricians or the building managers. The electrician didn't have the code. So only the building managers have the code. Right? Did I find done eating the wires? I was like, fuck. Only the building managers have the code. I don't even know if the problem is in here, by the way. I don't even know if the problem is in here. So, I'm pacing back and forth now at the underground area. And someone else from the building parks, but like their parking space is next to the door that I'm trying to open. So they park and they come out and they go, "Is everything all right, dude?" I blew out the my apartment power. I think I need to get behind the door, but I don't know the code. I was like, "Do you know the code?" He's like, try like 1 2 3 4. I try 1 2 3 4, it doesn't work. He goes, "Let me check if I have power real quick, and then I'll come let you know." I was like, "Okay, cool." He goes, he checks. He's with his kid. The kid comes back and tells me they still have power. I was like, "Okay, thank you." So I was like, "Okay," but that confirmed that at least it's 3 out of 3. No one has power but me. He doesn't have the code though. No one has the fucking code of this place. Because only the fucking manager have the code. So he comes down. I'm still here fiddling with his fucking code, right? He comes back down. He's like, "Why don't you call a locksmith?" I was like, "Fuck me." I was like, "You're right. I probably need to call a locksmith." And then I was like, "Is that legal?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, this is a keypad. I don't own the building. I'd be locked, like, we're breaking into a highly, like, what do you call it? Electrical, dangerous room that has wires." And then he was like, "Maybe, you might be right." I was like, "I'm not gonna tell anyone if you tell anyone." He's like, "Well, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I don't give a shit." I was like, "Okay, cool." So he left. So I went, "All right, I'm gonna call a locksmith and see if I can get them to open the door." So I call up a locksmith and I go, "Look, I blew the power out of my apartment. There's a chance that the breaker might be flipped, but it's behind one of the security electrical room that is controlled by the building, who the managers are gone, and I don't have a key. Can you lockpick a keypad?" He goes, "Oh no, I can't lockpick a keypad." I was like, "Fuck." He's like, "But we can try if the building is up to code." Okay. He says, "If the building is up to code, you should be able to connect something to the back of the door and pull the handle and pull the door open." I was like, "I don't have that." He's like, "Okay, I'll come over. We'll do it." So the locksmith, he comes in like 30 minutes. He comes over. He comes with this giant metal wire. It's kind of like a giant, what's the word? Coat hanger, right? And I tell him, "Look, here's the door." He's like, "All right." The door looks up the code. He's like, he looks at the keypad. He looks at everything. He's like, "What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to shove it under the door. I'm going to try and bend it up to the handle, right? And I'm going to pull down. You're going to pull. All right." So he does it. He manages to hook it. He pulls it down. I pull. We get the door open. Oh, yeah. Metal wire, electricity. Yeah, great argument here. Because guess what? We pull the door open, and it is, in fact, the fucking electrical room with wires and fucking all the electrical breakers and shit. Right? So it was a really good thing I didn't try and do this myself. Because I most likely would have hit something and I would have went, and I would have gotten fucking like, squirrel! You know what I mean? I would have got fucking annihilated. So the locksmith did it. I was like, "Okay, cool. Let me see if this is the issue." I walk into this. It's only like a closet, right? It's not big at all. It's like one person size. I look in. I'm looking at the electricals. I'm seeing everything flipped up. I'm like, "Where's my number? My number?" I see flip. And I see my number and it's flipped down. Right? I was like, "Okay." I flip it up. Tink. I was like, "All right." I was like, come. I was like, "Come with me, just real quick, just make sure everything works." So, I grab a cotton ball. Well, I grabbed some tape. He had some tape. We taped up the electrical door so that when we closed it, it wouldn't lock again, just in case that wasn't the issue, right? Or in case I had an issue again. So I quickly woke up and the power's back. I went, "Oh, Thank fuck. I was like, okay, the power's back. I paid the guy like $50 because it was an easy job. He said, just pay me $50. I gave him $50. I still can't use the oven, by the way. I have not turned the oven back on since then. Like I have kept the breaker off on the oven because I am afraid to touch it again. So I have kept it off. I've took the, I closed the door back up to the security engineering room or whatever the hell it's called, electrical area. And, yeah, and then we'll be good. We're good. We don't have an oven anymore, but we don't need one. You know what I mean, guys? We don't need an oven. Me and you. Y'all don't need an oven. Maybe overcoming the oven. What happened? Just some funny story. So that happened. That was during the oven. Electric screaming oven. Yeah, so I've just been using the stove ever since then to cook. Which is, cook, quote unquote. And that's been fun. I have not oh, by the way, I have not told anyone about the incident. Like, in terms of, like, the people in the building, besides the neighbors, right? Like, I like, the people. Like, I did not tell the landlord what happened. I kept that motherfucker silent as a lamb. You know what I'm saying? I did not let anybody fucking hear that shit. I was like, I am not dealing with the consequences of breaking into the electrical area. And purposely, like, flipping a switch in there that could have fucked everything. My stream, I am cooked. Nah, it's fine. The dude's like 80. Is it Pip? No, guys. The dude's like 80, bro. He doesn't know how the internet works. The people, but you guys are my fixers. You guys are my loyal fixers. Okay, you guys like stories. Okay. You guys aren't gonna, you guys like being entertained. So obviously it's different. Also, the landlord's like 80, bro. He doesn't know how to use the internet. Ask my landlord, what's his favorite cinema? It's probably illegal. Probably. 80, he gonna be like top 10 Limbus players. I'm gonna snitch. Don't snitch, guys. If you snitch, you're fired. We're the she fixes and he's Salvador. I don't think he's Salvador, dude. So that's a funny story that happened recently. Oh my god. Okay. This is not, okay. I guess we're doing funny story time, right? We're doing funny story. Sorry if you were here for Limbus, by the way. We're just gonna be doing funny story time. There was another incident that happened. This one was only about a week and a half ago. But it didn't have to deal with me this time. It didn't have to deal with me this time. Okay? It's been a fruitful month. Now, there's usually a lot of stuff that happens I don't usually tell about, but this one is pretty funny. So, this was a week and a half ago, alright? It's, I'm getting ready for stream. Okay, so it's night. It's night, I'm getting ready for stream. I live near a road that has, what do you call it? Like street lamps and stuff, like road street lamps. Yeah, street lamps. So, I'm in the kitchen, right? Like I like to getting myself like I'm like preparing a little snacky snack just before we stream. And all of a sudden I hear fucking screaming. What the fuck is going on? Like, I'm hearing the scream of a woman shouting. Shouting. You need to understand, her lungs are going fucking ballistic. Now, don't get me wrong. This place is pretty much like Gotham City, if I had to be honest with you, right? I hear weird shit all the fucking time, okay? I hear weird shit all the time. But this one was different, because it sounded less like someone was getting murdered, but more like someone was yelling on the phone. So immediately, the first thing I do is I open the door to see if it's from the building. It's not from the building. That's weird. I go to the window. I go to the balcony kind of area, and I go check the balcony outside. So I leave the apartment, right? Like, I take my keys. I leave the apartment. I go to the outside door, right? And I hear this woman on the phone. Oh, that's just Frey reacting to Moses. I hear this woman on the phone shouting her fucking lungs off. It's fucking like some people are asleep at this time. The thing is, I don't see where the fuck she is, but I hear her as loud as day. And that's where I see it. As I'm standing there at the front of the apartment, like squinting my eyes, trying to fucking look around, I see a lady walking across the street. She's walking my direction, right? Like going down. She's yelling some fucking shit into this phone. That's how I was like, well, we're gonna check. Well, I'm at the front of my apartment building. It's fine. Like I'm not entering the street. Like I'm like peeking out, right? Like trying to have a look. Start running. Now, she's not approaching me, right? Like she's not coming to my direction, but she's coming down the street. So she is coming toward me, but not at me, you know what I mean? But I kind of duck a little bit. Like I kind of hide around the wall and I'm sticking my head out a little bit. I can't understand what she's saying, but she's clearly having some sort of argument on the phone. Right? The problem becomes, is she's so loud, I can hear her from like a block away. Right? That's how loud she is. The thing that gets me is that she approached, and as she approached, I backed out, right? Like, I backed out further, because I don't want to fucking deal with whatever this chick was probably on some drugs, let me tell you that, because she was not fucking acting right. She looked like she was fucking, like an insect, you know what I mean? Like, she was fully arched over, she was on the phone, I don't even know if she had a phone in her hand. I think she was talking into an imaginary phone. She must have been like a Fent demon. Okay, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I couldn't even tell if I couldn't even see if she had a phone in her hand. But she sounded like she was talking on the phone, right? She was walking down the street. So as she comes closer to us, right, to my apartment block, I back out. Insect, like insect isn't like she's like very arched over, and she looks like very skinny. So my instinct is, oh, she's fucking drugged, right? Parker had aspiration without killing an Indo. So I thought, oh, she's probably just a druggie. We have hundreds of druggies. It's not a big deal. But she comes toward the block. I back out. Now, I back into the apartment. Obviously, the apartment's closed, right? So there's no way anyone's getting in. I go around to the window, and I watch through the window. After a few seconds of me watching through the window, my neighbors come out. And they're standing with me now, like looking out the window, and they're going, "Who the fuck is making that noise?" I go, "Oh, what the fuck? Where the fuck do you guys get here?" I got fucking startled. I didn't realize I was too busy focusing on the chick. So, and they're like, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" I was like, "I don't know. This chick's fucking drugged or something." And she stops right on the street, right in front of our apartment. Now, she's not directly in front of the apartment, but she's on the street, right? Like, she's across the street, right? She's on the other side of the road. She's standing under a fucking light. She's screaming the whole time, by the way. Okay? She's screaming the whole time. Then she starts coming toward our direction. But she's not coming toward us in the window. She's coming to our block, like our side of the road. So we all back up. And we go to the other window. Obviously, there's two windows. We go to the other side to watch through the other window. Okay? Because we don't want her to see us. And she's talking to someone like, saying like, she's like, you're the reason you fucked up. Like, you're the fucker. I fucking hate you. I can't recall what the experience is, right? Like, she was on the phone with, and then she comes to our side, and then she starts walking back up. No, she doesn't turn into a Wendigo, guys. No. She's fine. She comes to our block, but I was like, don't tell me she's coming up to us. I was like, no, thank fuck. So she just came to our side of she was going in circles, by the way. She was crossing the road, going in circles. New York resident, I see this every day. She was on meth or something, right? Because meth's pretty prevalent here, right? I feel like she was on meth. That's probably what she was on, because meth is very prevalent, right? She's going in circles, crossing the road, going in circles, going back around, right in front of us, bro. And I'm so mad because I'm like, I said out loud, I said, why the fuck did this bitch have to be right in front of our apartment, bro? I was like, out of everywhere that this fucking drug chick could have been, why does she have to be circling our fucking, like, the front of our place, screaming her lungs off? Because again, she's screaming her lungs off. I can't fucking hear myself think, right? And then she circles it a few times, like she circles the front area, and then she goes back up. And then she starts walking back up the block. And then as she starts walking back up the block, you can still hear her. She goes about 100 meters up the road. Okay? She's equivalently a block and a half away. And a block is pretty big for I don't know about you, but for us a block is pretty big. And I still fucking hear her. I'm still hearing her scream, but this time we all exit the apartment and we stand on the side of the road because she's far gone, right? She's like over 150 meters. She just walks up. She's like walking away. And we all go out. And literally the neighbors of our apartment start coming outside. And one of them comes out. This fucking guy, dude. He goes, the fuck was that bitch on about? And I went, dude, I don't know what the fuck was. The guy comes out. He's got the funniest accent, bro. He's like, the fuck this bitch on about? I was like, mate, I got no clue what the fuck this bitch was talking about. I said, I think she's fucking drugged up. And then he just like, he said some shit under his breath and he went back into his house. He has a house. So that guy went back into his house. And I just looked at my neighbors and I said, this guy's like fucking Gotham City. You know, what check do I get? Bro, I don't know, man. I don't want to check for this shit. Wildlife. Because I happen to be not close to a police station, but like a police station is much closer, right? Like it's not super far away. It's closer. So we hear sirens all the fucking time, right? Siren all the fucking time. And my favorite thing I like to say like this is just Gotham City, right? So this is like a fucking Gotham City. Nothing happened or take 10% damage. The fuck is this bitch on about? Pretty much. And then we all laugh a bit, and then we just went back inside. And then I've never seen her since. I've still heard her for like about 10 minutes after she left, by the way, but then after that, she was legitimately so far away that like sound could not travel anymore. And that's one of the many experiences living in Gotham City. He almost got raided by the G Corp and Confallen Russian veterans. Yeah. Yeah, so been a pretty good like month, I dare say. Wouldn't you all agree? I missed the one-time event. Am I gonna tell I encountered Absolute Bane? Have I met an Absolute Bane? I've met some pretty jacked fucking dudes, dude. I told you guys about Alexander, but he was like an old man. That's like Alexander the Great. I haven't encountered anyone. I haven't seen Alexander the Great in a while. I hope he's okay, dude. I have not encountered Alexander the Great since I saw him the first time. I check every time I go out, like at that time I met him the first time. I always go back to that spot and I just check around to see if he's there. He's not there anymore. I haven't seen him. So I hope Alexander the Great is doing good, dude. That guy was funny as fuck. The invitation that showed up out of nowhere. These are fun. I'm glad you like them. I'm trying to think of some fun. I'm trying to think of what else has occurred this, well, just sometime this area. I'm sorry, who? We love Alexander. Who is Alexander the Great? Okay, TLDR, Alexander the Great is an old dude who, I found near a bus stop who just started talking to me. Like, I was just walking by. Like, I wasn't on the bus or anything. But I just walked by. And the guy Alexander just started telling me about how much he hated his fucking cousin and his like his family issues and his dead wife, and that he like I think it was like Latina bitches, like Latina women. He was telling me about Latina. He said, "You look like a guy that likes Latina women." I said, "Yes, sir, I do. I am a guy that likes, you know, I can get around that." And he introduced himself as, "My name is Alexander," like Alex. He said, "My name is Alex," like Alexander the Great. That's how he introduced himself. Again, this is all within 5. Dead wife. Yeah. Yeah, he trauma dumped. The guy trauma dumped on me. Tell him about how much he hated his cousin. And how much of his, oh yeah, that's right. He was telling me how much he hates his cousin. And how much, that his, like, cousin's wife was, like, really, like, addicted to gambling. I remember this. John MD. Yeah, so he did that for like 10 minutes. And then he pat me on the shoulder, and then he went up. What did I walk into? Yeah, because he was just telling me about that. He was telling me about his house, was telling me about his dead wife. He was telling me that I like Latina women. He was telling me about his cousin's wife who's a gambling addict. Does he hate his wife's brother? I don't know, if I didn't ask if his wife had a brother. And then his bus came and he left. And I just sat there again. Remember, I was just walking by. Like, I didn't even say hi to him. He just started talking to me. He told me that I like Latina. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was flabbergasted. I was like, what? Like, I was like, where? Remember, this came right after he told me about his dead wife. So, like, it hit me like a freight train. Right? Like, if you guys are confused, I'm confused, because all of this happened in the span of 10 minutes. Like, 10 minutes in this conversation, I go from dead wife, I go to, like, cousin, a gambling addict, you know, like, I'm like, you know, I live alone at my house, but I'm renting it to, like, these two, like, gay women, or, I don't remember, that's how he referred to it. He's like, these two gay women are renting his place. He tells me about, like, the Latina women. All of this in 10 minutes, flashbang. I'm just walking by. Like, I wasn't even intending this. So, like, was his wife Latina? You know what? I didn't ask. You know what? Fucking maybe. That might have been it. It was the word. I got 15 SP. I did. I came out of that with a massive smile on my face. Especially because at the very end of it, that's when he introduced himself as Alexander the Great. It wasn't at the beginning. At the very end, before he left on his bus, he went, oh, by the way, my name is Alex, like Alexander the Great. I was like, understood. That's how I'm going to refer to him from now on. Alexander the Great. And that's it. And I haven't seen him since. I fucking love Latina's young life. Yeah. How hard is it, check? Well, considering I didn't do anything, apparently pretty fucking easy. And that was it. He left. I haven't seen him since. Oh god, I kind of wish I see him again, but no. I like every time I go past. Every time at that time I go past, I don't see it. A great when you aren't in there. Yeah, like I'm glad this guy didn't try to mug me or anything. Hey, I'm Alex. Remember the grade 1 fix it. Sounds like a dream. It really, again, it really is. Like, I'm just as flabbergasted as you guys. I kind of wish I got the gift. True, that would have been nice. Maybe if I meet him again, he'll put me on like in his will or something. You never know, guys. I met an actual washed up grade 9. I love Latina's Sonic. I sure I want high. I don't do drugs, so I'm definitely not high. But actual Abno event. Yeah, I wish I see him again. I wish I'd see him again. That would be nice, but I haven't seen him since. It's been months since I've seen him now. While I was working and he started yapping about some experience he had in the war in Korea. I think he might be schizo. Yeah, considering he was an old guy, I assume he just doesn't have anyone to talk to. And I wasn't doing anything at the time, so I just decided to just shut up and listen. The head got him. I have to go for the tier 4? Oh, true. I am the 6-foot Latina in disguise. How did he know? Yeah, and not much has gone on since then. I don't think, at least. That one was a while ago. That one was like a few months ago. I remember that. Good old Alex. Alexander the Great. What? Has anything else interesting has happened since then? Not really. Not really at all. I sit my hard ass down and listen. Brother of the middle. Are they tapping the homeless man? What a wacky life. I feel like it's not even that wacky. It's the little moments. You know? It's the little things. I've seen a few cats recently. I try and pet the cats and they run away. And I go, damn you. You know, the cats are very skittish, so they don't like people approaching them. Sometimes I'll catch a cat like laying on the like sunbathing, and I try and sneak attack them. You know, try and get a little sneaky like little pet in, but they always catch me and they leave. Curse you felines. It took him to the refraction railway. Dude, come with me while I was waiting for someone. You ever how he was hit by a 4-wheel drive? Holy shit. Have you seen the cat give the cat doing martial arts? I feel like I have. I feel like I've seen it. There's a lot of gifs of cats doing that kind of stuff. I want a bunny. The problem is the space I have at the moment is not suitable for pets. I want 2 bunnies. I kicked the snail? What the fuck? Will I get a VTuber model? I will not get a VTuber model. I don't deserve one like Kim Ji-hoon does. He deserves it. Mouse. I want 2 bunnies. I want Zilu, and I want either Faust or I want Mio. I gotta get 2 though, because 1 bunny apparently they get very lonely. And since I don't like, you know, since I'm not gonna be, I'm not permanently around, I don't want them to get lonely, so I'd rather just get 2. Secretly Roland. I have to bait them with food, maybe. The youngest. It's either we get Mio and Zilu, or we get Zilu and Faust. Of the Lectoro pets. Send them in the battle royale. Guinea pigs? I'm not really a guinea pig person. I do enjoy watching the videos of people who own guinea pigs. Hearing them going like fucking battle lasers. Like, they sound like fucking laser beams. Large celery. Yeah, pretty much. What? My ears. Oh, but specifically hold on. There's a specific rabbit I want. I want the Flemish giant rabbit. Hold on, Flemish. Let me Google it for you guys. Yeah, dude. These rabbits. These are so cool. They're called Flemish giant rabbits. They're rabbits and they're like the size of a fucking dog. Does it have its ears up or down? I think they have theirs up. But I think it's rabbit dependent. These things are massive, dude. Dude, one grown ass adult is like holding one, dude. Battering ram. Deploy the battering ram. One of these rabbits has a fucking... They're so massive. And I want 2 of them because I think it would be neat. Because there's 2 giant rabbits in the... Like, walk in like, oh my god, it's the Zilu and fucking Mio. Carrots. I have a Netherland dwarf. I named him Harry and he was cool and fat. That is true. I mean, theoretically, there's a bunch of exotic pets. I'm not really a pet person. It's either I get a cat, like a cat, like an indoor cat, or I get 2 bunnies. And I kind of want to get 2 bunnies. They have the single brain cell for celery. 4 coin quick suppression. Yeah, I'm gonna get Myongest by one of the rabbits. But yeah, it's either I get a cat, like an indoor cat, 1 indoor cat, or I get 2 bunnies. And I kind of want to get 2 bunnies. Get a crocodile. I don't think I want that. They're raising the level. Yeah, they're like, I'm only 104. And to be honest with you, once I stopped, I'm 104, but I would have been way higher if I stopped mass grinding XPs. Before I used to do like 3 or 4 XPs a day, but now I only do like 1 XP a day. If I continued doing that, I would be like at least 107 or something. Get a rat. What kind is a rat? Fat fur or low fur? I'm not a bunny expert, so I don't know. But it looks very fluffy. And yeah, I don't have any more stories for you guys. You think they'll ever make multipliers on coin? Well, I mean, didn't, I believe W Corp Don Quixote used to be a multi-coin ID. I believe she used to have, multipliers, and then they changed her when, that was like that was like the pre-release of Limbus. Get a bird. I don't think I would like a bird. Birds are a lot more work, I feel like. Is it ball-shaped or ball-shaped? I'm not sure. Do you think there's some event before Ryoshu? Nah, not an event, but there might be like another story idea or something. Get a dwarf. Maybe. Thumb middle mirror. At some point. My grandma had a hamster. The thing is, the bastard's so fat. He looks like a tiny bear. Birds are a lot of work. I am very, like, I am not a very big pet owner, so I don't want, like, birds are very high maintenance. I'm not really I feel like you have to be, you have to kind of be, like, born a bird person. High show. Is either high show or a standard unit? I don't know. I don't think it'll be a seasonal. I think it'll just be a standard unit. No nerfs, I won pain. Well, you'll have to see that. You'll have to see that. And, yeah, well, chat, this has been a very interesting stream, but, I think we're just gonna end it there, to be honest with you. We talked about the patch notes, and then we kind of just, then we had, we had some fun. We didn't have fun playing Limbus or anything, but we had fun, yapping. So you know what? I think that's a good time to end it. Tomorrow is gonna be the teaser, so be on the lookout for that. I will obviously be talking about the, you have a very interesting game. I wouldn't say that. This has been the most, those things I told you guys about were the most exciting things that had happened in the last, like, 3 years. Next week is Roshi Kaido? No. So this week, next week is the last ID or Ego. And then the 2 weeks after that is the Kanto. So get you my bed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sleep without blinds tonight. Alright, that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Tomorrow we will be talking about the teaser. So be excited, get your predictions ready. Day after. The teaser image is tomorrow. The image is tomorrow. And then at the end of the week, it's the proper teaser trailer. So tomorrow will be the teaser image, if there's an image. So, you'll see. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Love you all. I appreciate you all so much. And I will see you all tomorrow for our usual new Millie song. Another Millie song? Jesus Christ, that's so many. Alright. Take care, everyone. You have a good one. Love you all. Bye-bye. Mwah.